Welcome everybody to another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All, the show for Panther fans by Panther fans. You already know what the deal is. If you would like to be a part of the discussion today, the link is in the chat room. I have it pinned to the top. It's also in the description of the YouTube and Facebook session. If you would like to be a part of the show, then come on and do it, man. You already know the crew. They're here every single Friday. You know them and love them. First up, he was first in here, so he's got to be the first today. My man, Drew, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, fellas? Ready for another great Friday night free-for-all. Hey, I can't even pronounce our defensive coordinator's name, but looking at everything he got going on, I'm getting excited. If he brings that 3-4 defense to Carolina and we can find us a quarterback, oh boy, next season's going to be very interesting, fellas.
So I've been having to practice too. His name is Ejiro Evero.
I'm never going to get that.
Ejiro Evero.
Yeah. To me, it sounds like something out of a Japanese anime, kind of. It sounds like a character I might have been watching growing up. But
if I hear somebody say it, I can repeat it. But don't expect me to out of the blue name his name.
That's all right.
Ejiro Evero.
Ejiro Evero. Yeah, man.
Evero. I'll just call him Evero.
Well, and me and Tony were like, is it Evero? I don't know, man. We're gonna have to hear this.
I think it's Evero.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think it's Evero. But dude, we're happy to have him, man. He was a very highly touted name amongst all the defensive coaches. So that's cool, man. I'm loving that he's a part of the team. And tonight we're going to talk about what it means and what it means for some very key players on defense and what it means for this entire team in general, our defensive formations, everything, man. So there ought to be a great show. You already hear him there. It's my man, Nick Montero. He's a masshole, and he's my guy. What's up, dude?
What up, bro? What up? It's Friday night, so you know where I'll be, and I got my new racing simulator all set up, so I'll be sitting here playing some video games while I chat with you boys.
You sound like Kanye West. Your mic's all messed up, Nick.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, it's doing the static thing again. We can hear you, but
yeah,
I'll bounce out and I'll come back in.
All right, cool. Next up, he's probably also going to be playing a video game the entire time we're doing this, but he's probably a Hufflepuff dude. So, I imagine that's what all South Carolina fans are. It's White Chocolate Espresso. White Chocolate, what's up?
Well, what's up? I am playing a video game, but I'm playing Red Dead Redemption like a man. I'm not a little wizard with my little stick and
he's a hard grizzled man. All right,
but I will be buying that Hogwarts Legacy.
She made me be so proud.
Yeah, that's his favorite. That's his
now,
favorite.
people, if you say that 3 times in the mirror,
maybe he's gonna pull up. That's funny. That is funny. But yeah, and last but certainly not least, is number one in your schedule, number one in your hearts. It's Panther Pickle. Panther Pickle. What's up,
Yo, what's up, folks? You know what? I'm tired of talking quarterback. Let's get this all out there. Will Levis is probably a little bit more like a wannabe Sam Darnold. He probably wishes he was like Sam Darnold.
Oh, talk that shit,
but
Pickle.
if we was to surrender picks to move up to draft him, that would be the worst thing to happen to the Carolina Panthers since drafting Jimmy Clausen.
Wow, that's saying something right there.
Because when a guy has 4 years in college, 2 years starter, and he throws 25 interceptions, he shouldn't be drafted in the first round.
Man, and by the way, Panther legend Jimmy Clausen. Put some respect on his name, because if we don't have Jimmy Clausen, we never get Cam Newton the very next year. So shout out to Jimmy, Panther legend. And yeah, I'm on your team, Pickle. I'm not very impressed with Will Levis. I get the upside. Normally, I'm the upside argument type of guy. But I don't know, man. There's just a lot of bad on that film. A lot of inconsistencies. I know he was hurt, but yeah, man, we're gonna have from here until the end of April to talk about quarterbacks, man. So we're definitely gonna continue to do more of it. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell for every single time the C3 Panthers podcast goes live, gentlemen. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's roll. Before we talk about Ejiro Evero, I want to first pour a little liquor out for our boy, our very own greaseball. Ben McAdoo will not be returning as the Panthers offensive coordinator per sources. Ben McAdoo is out the door. 1 year as offensive coordinator. Now, most people are saying, hey, Ben, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. Okay? But I personally think that Ben did a good job considering he went through 3 different starting quarterbacks, 4 different total quarterbacks that played. He, we broke some Panthers all-time rushing records. Was he the best? No. But everybody kind of makes him out like he's, a Matt Rule level buffoon. I kind of think that's unfair. Gentlemen, what's your final thoughts on Ben McAdoo?
He was happy with the Cowboys, and let's just be honest, he'll probably end up back there. Oh, by the way, they do need an offensive coordinator. There you go, Cowboy fans.
Oh, Cowboys!
I thought they just hired one, Brian
Yeah.
Schottenheimer.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, well,
did they?
Maybe they need an assistant coordinator.
Yeah. I mean, look, he'll get another job somewhere doing something, even if it's like a offensive quality control coach or something like that. But no, I put out on Twitter, and of course, all I do is get roasted on Twitter these days. But I'm not gonna lie, Ben McAdoo wasn't as bad as some of y'all made him out to be. You could argue this offense was the best part of our team down the stretch. Not to mention we broke some all-time Panther records. And if you're a Matt Corral fan like myself, that's Matt Corral's last ally, probably out the door. That was the guy that was pounding the table for Matt Corral last draft class. So shout out to Ben, man. Nick, do you have any thoughts on Ben McAdoo? You were at that Detroit game, which is probably the most potent our offense was, at least rushing the football, dare I say, all year.
Yeah, but dude, here's the thing. I have something to say about that. Like that Detroit game, it was awesome. That will always be my favorite memory as a Panthers fan.
It was your first win.
It was my first. It was my first win. It was an ass kicking, and I drove 800 miles to freeze my ass off in 15-degree weather. Okay, so it was a whole experience. But dude, honestly, that game was set up by the run, and Ben McAdoo likes to throw to set up the run, and that's just not how the game went. So while I do give Ben McAdoo credit in some areas, that's not necessarily one where I would give him the credit for. That's one where I'd give the credit to the players on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but isn't it kind of having it both ways to say, okay, when the offense was terrible, McAdoo was a shit coordinator. But when we did some good things, it's because of the talent and nothing to do with him.
But yeah, those holes though were like wide open, like gaping wide holes.
Dude, they were, and that's the thing, man. It's like you're taking. I get what you're saying, but you're taking one game out of 17. Like it's got to be more than just one game where Ben McAdoo has basically shown us that he's proven his worth. And towards the end of the season, he did with better players. But it's like, dude, by that point, it was almost too little, too late.
Yeah. And again, this is not me trying to say Ben McAdoo was the answer at coordinator going forward. None of that crazy shit. Just that he wasn't necessarily as bad as people made him out to be. It's not easy it's not as easy when you have 3 different starting quarterbacks in a year. Oh, and by the way, you fire your head coach in the middle of the year, and you trade away Christian McCaffrey, and you still break some Panthers rushing records.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pickle.
That's a good point.
Well, I was just thinking that you could combine all the two. He did a pretty fair job. I'll just say fair. He had some good and some bad and some negatives, but he did fair. There's some games, and I'm sure he could look at things and said he wish he would have called different, but so many games were decided by officials. We had bad calls. And if y'all go back and people last week were talking about Reddick, and we should have kept Reddick, and we should have kept Gilmore, and people fail to realize if we would have kept all those players and everything would have worked out, and Ben McAdoo would have called a perfect game plan, Matt Rule would still be here, and we would be celebrating winning the division with Matt Rule as our head coach. So you gotta look at all sides.
Not necessarily.
Matt Rule could always screw up something.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
He really could. But even to get close to that, I'm not certain Tepper would fire him. So I would rather just suck and get rid of Matt, Matt Corral and Ben McAdoo. He did do better, but I think a lot of his issues, like the rest of the coaches, was the inconsistency with the head coach.
Yeah.
And
that's a big part of it.
And that's just what it was.
Yeah. And again, Ben McAdoo, he did the best with what he had, with what the options that were available to him, with the team that was available to him. Trade away Christian McCaffrey, your star running back, And shout out to Ben McAdoo. We could have done a lot worse. And we all know that when Matt Rule was looking to hire an offensive coordinator, Ben McAdoo was literally the best name that he could have hoped to have gotten to come to this Panthers team after firing Joe Brady like he did. So, shout out to Ben McAdoo, man. Appreciate your service and your time here. But look, y'all didn't come here to talk about Ben McAcrap, as Pickle once upon a time called them. You're here to talk about this defense and our new defensive coordinator, Ejiro Evero. Let's hear a little bit from the man during his time with the Denver Broncos.
There we go. Good. Get that thing playing. Come on. Hardcore focus on it. Come on. Ben. Good. Hardcore focus on your targets this week, right? Read your keys. Hey, you whip that guy in front of you, that's all you need to do, right? The rest of it will take care of itself. There you go. I see it. Oh, look at that athlete right there. Come on now.
So he's a people person. You see it right away, man. He has those coaching vibes. It's really easy at motivating people and getting guys going. And like I said, he's a smaller dude, but they say smaller dudes have chips on their shoulders, So maybe that's even better for him.
Yeah. His name sounds a lot like the Godzilla's name in Japan.
I mean, Steve Smith is at that chip.
Yeah, we'll just call him Gojira. We'll just call him Little Godzilla. I'm really excited about the 3-4. I've talked. A lot of people know I've been a Panther fan forever. A majority of it, I think, has been under a 4-3 defense. I'm kind of excited a little bit. I know a lot of people like to talk about Brian Burns or like to talk about Derek Brown at nose tackle, but I just won't be so sure about that.
5-tech, you think?
Well, he's got the ability to do it. He gets off the edge.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the couple guys I'm looking at that the Broncos may not be part with. One of them who really came onto his own this year, may leave. And I'm really excited and hoping that we can land him. The more spots you fill in free agency, the less spots you need when you hit the draft.
Yeah.
Hey guys, one thing I want to say for people who weren't Panther fans from the beginning, if you want to just get an idea what a Panthers 3-4 defense looks like, Go back and YouTube Panthers 1996 and watch that Panthers defense. When you had Kevin Green and Lamar Lathan and guys like that coming off the edge, they wreaked havoc.
Yeah.
And Pickle knows what I'm talking about. He's been there since day one.
I really believe, and hear me out. I may be wrong, but I know we're going to talk about the 3-4 defense later probably, but I really truly believe that our starting outside linebackers should be Frankie Louvu and Brian Burns, and I believe them two will wreak havoc. I really do.
You know,
you almost have two the same type of players, though. That's the problem. You know what I mean?
I can barely make out what you're saying, Nick.
Yeah, you might have to come in and come out. It's doing the same static thing again.
Same thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's I can hear you, but it's still kind of choppy. But
all right, I'll make the point real quick and then I'll bounce out. But it's almost like you're having two of the same players. It's almost like we're back to having Burns and Reddick. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't necessarily know if that's the right setup for us. So, but I'll bounce out and I'll come back in.
Yeah, come back in.
The one thing I will say, if Scott Fitterer was smart, I would go ahead and try to get an extension with Frankie Louvu now. Because if they put him in a 3-4 outside linebacker position, he might price himself right out of Carolina.
That's what's going to happen to Burns. Y'all just think about it. Burns is entering his 5th-year option season. After that, it's franchise tag or he goes into free agency.
I get both of them signed
this year. He's going back to outside linebacker. He's going to bust heads. And what are you going to put up? What are you going to pay up or shut up?
I'm gonna try and find it in a little while. But you know how we've been talking about moving Jeremy Chin to linebacker instead of safety. Thomas Davis is a proponent of doing this very same thing. He thinks that Jeremy Chin needs to move to linebacker, just like he did once upon a time, going from safety to playing linebacker. So, no, we're going to talk about what it means for Jeremy Chin, Frankie Louvu, Shaq Thompson is a bigger one. Brian Burns is probably the most popular name when we talk about what it means for a 3-4. Go ahead, Kev.
I was going to say, if we move Jeremy Chin to the linebacker, there's a high chance we take a safety early.
Or they sign one in free agency.
Or they can do that. No.
Yeah. So this is Ejiro talking a little bit about his defensive philosophy while he was with Denver.
You know, we'll be 3-4 in our base defense. We'll play a variety of sub packages. You know, there'll be a lot of carryover from what these guys did last year. But at the end of the day, you know, Coach Allen was just talking about the evaluation. You got to start with the evaluation of your players. You got to see who's in your roster. You got to see what they do well, and then the scheme has got to fit your players. You know, and you can't go the other way around with that. You know.
All right, so look, G Baby's I love that about him, and he says that your scheme has to fit your players. Mm-hmm. Well, G Baby's in the chat room saying we're 2 or 3 or 4 years away from having that type of Do you let me ask you all this. Let me just be cutting blank. Are the Panthers going to be going to a 3-4, or is there a chance that Ejiro looks at our players and how we're built and says, "No, this team is better suited to run a 4-3"? What are we going to be doing going from here on out?
I hope it's a 3-4. I do, because I think we got the linebackers to do it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be mostly 3-4, but like a little bit of 4-3.
It may be that, but here's the difference. If you look at the Baltimore Ravens, maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers, they run an old-fashioned 3-4, where the ends and the nose are basically 3+. They're just bigger than 3. They're 3+, and that's what there is. And the linebackers are generally between 250 or 280. That's the old-fashioned 3-4. Now, if you remember back, when the defensive coordinator, when we went to the Super Bowl for Denver. Anyway, he kind of started it, and the defensive coordinator we thought we were going to get was taught by Ejiro was taught by him. A lot of them started running a smaller version of the 3-4, where a lot of your guys were just a little bit lighter but faster. And they were kind of an offshoot version of the 3-4. I think that's what we'll run. I think we'll run a lot of 3-4 looks, but at times we're going to scratch our head and not realize what system we're going to be in. But they'll know.
And by the way,
I don't think our guys are too small. I think that I read a beat reporter was talking the other day, and he was talking, and he said that Derek Brown was just the right size to play nose, and then he turned around and said, Bravian Roy, who actually weighs 20 pounds heavier than Derek Brown, was too small to play nose.
Well, maybe they're talking from a height and weight perspective. Bravion Roy is not very tall. I mean, not it's not even that he has to be, I don't think. But I don't know. I tend to agree with where was it? I just saw it in the chat. ICP says we're built for a 3-4 now. We're too small for a 4-3. And if anything, I agree. Yeah. I agree with that more. I still say no matter what we end up deciding to run, be it a 3-4 or a 4-3, we have to get another defensive tackle. We still need another defensive tackle to be complete. But I'm going to be honest. I think that Derek Brown, if we did move to a full-time 3-4 defense, I don't know how you can put him at any other position than nose tackle, just because I don't think anyone on our roster would really be better at doing it. Like, yeah, I hear Bravion Roy might be able to fit that position.
What about
I don't
McCall?
know. Yeah, that's.
I mean, McCall's 6'3", 345, and he played nose in Kentucky, I believe. So, now Derek Brown is 6'5", 320, but Bravion Roy he's 6'1", 330. So I mean, I don't, now the other guy YGM, I don't think I don't know. You just sent him down the road for all I care. But the beat reporter said that Henry Anderson, which I don't think is going to be on the team anyway, he was too small to play an outside linebacker on a 3-4. And I thought, he's been in the league for several years, and that's kind of what he did. But it's kind of odd. It's kind of odd. Yeah. It's kind of odd hearing somebody say that the guys are too small to play in a 3-4, but yet the same gentleman hypes up the shortest and skinniest quarterback coming out of the draft. I mean, but 2 + 2 is not 85.
but and you guys jump in. Tell me where I'm wrong here. But if you look at our linebackers, we've got Brandon Smith, you've got Frankie Louvu, you've got Shaq Thompson. Like you have, and if we converted Jeremy Chin to another linebacker, that just seems to be like we do have the necessary pieces to fit the kind of linebacking core that a 3-4 would require, and even our defensive backs. Like, I'm assuming we're going to be playing a lot more press man coverage. At least I certainly fucking hope so. I don't even think that we're built too bad for that, man. J.C. Horn, Dante Jackson. I know that everybody's still up and down on C.J. Henderson, more down than up. But I feel like we're better suited to run a 3-4 defense than a 4-3 as it is. But I wanted to bring this up. Did y'all see Shaq Thompson going back and forth with people on Twitter a couple of days ago? Yeah, like people were coming at him saying, he wasn't there during the press conference. He's, still mad that Wilkes didn't get hired to be the coach. And he basically felt some type of way about it and went on Twitter and called bullshit. Shaq Thompson is going to be $23 million worth of a cap hit this year. Some people are saying to extend him to alleviate that. Some people are saying trade him. What is the answer for Shaq Thompson? Do you think he has a place on this team next season going forward?
He most likely
I think
does.
he does for the right deal.
They also asked him about an extension, or I think they asked him about some sort of extension or lower his cap hit, and he made a reference that the agents are working. So it wouldn't surprise me that if he did, but I've been anti-Shaq for a long time. For the right situation, he'd be all right to stay. But at the very same time, if, like you said, his cap hit is so high, what do we really expect to get in the trade wire for him?
I don't think I think you release
part
him.
of it. Can we cover part of it in trades?
Well, no, it depends. There still would be dead money on the books for Shaq. I have to look up how much.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the dead money though, I just don't think that hurts you as bad as some of those. But I know.
I don't. I mean, the fact that he's $23 million and is 28 years old. He's not necessarily getting younger. Now, I do think that he played his two best years of football these past 2 years, but. Yeah, I don't know, man. It just seems like a different era for the Panthers defense.
But I tell you what I'd be willing to do though, just because I'm a nice guy. San Francisco has a lot of defensive linemen that I really like, that I think could play better in a 3-4 than their 4-3. So if they want to swap out King's Law for Shaq, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, Javon Kinlaw? Oh, yeah, dude.
I mean, I could just do that. Plus, I want to shout out this.
Oh, shit.
I want to shout out this, and I hope y'all understand. I was looking the other day, and I realized that a few years ago, we drafted Davion Nixon in the 5th round, and Taylor, the corner, in the 5th round. And a few picks later, the 49ers drafted a safety who I was high on. That safety went to the Pro Bowl this year. So shout out Matt Rule and your incompetent drafting.
Yeah, man. Dude, it's not hard to get worse than Matt Rule. But so I'm on Spot Rack, and if you were to just cut him, it would be $11 million against the cap.
Yeah, but it was a cap savings of like 13, so it'll bout up for what, about 4,000, about 4 million to the good. So I mean, it's not like you're saving a tremendous a lot, but if you extend him a little bit, I mean, if you extend him and you kind of like knock that into a 2-year deal, I can see that. Because when I think if they talk extension, I don't think they're talking about a 5-year extension. I think a moderate, maybe a 4-year extension, but the last 2 years are considered void years. The void years seems to be real popular right now.
Right, but where does Shaq Thompson fit into a 3-4 defense? Like, do you guys think he's an inside linebacker?
Yeah, that back in the day when they tried that for one season, that's where he lined up. I don't see he's an outside linebacker.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Derek Brown as an inside linebacker in that comment.
I don't know. Burns outside linebacker, Louvu outside linebacker.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I was reading that wrong.
Brown defensive end. Yeah, JC shutdown cornerback. No, we definitely have the players, but I don't know. I agree. I don't necessarily know if Shaq Thompson is the best option as an inside linebacker in a 3-4 defense. And on top of that, dude, I want to see Brandon Smith.
But that's the thing, Cody. Shaq Thompson could sign a short-term deal, groom Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith didn't play much last year, and he needs to put on a little bit of weight and some muscle and get some, get some more time.
Yeah,
have Shaq there to groom him like Luke and Thomas groomed him.
Yeah, but also But didn't they do that last year though? Like I think now is the time for Brandon to start learning on the field. You're never gonna get better at football unless you start playing
you
football.
want him to learn on the field. We're looking at playoffs at baseline.
Yeah. Well, that's
you don't need a veteran in that linebacking core.
We also need to remember that our new coaches didn't draft these guys.
Exactly.
So if they don't come out with fire, Scott could find himself in a pickle where cutting somebody he don't want to. The best part about it is Barno, I think would fit a 4-3 better than he fits a 3-4.
See, I disagree because
he's stand up being an outside linebacker.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think because he's not a very heavy. He's not a very heavy dude.
Do what Parsons did with the Cowboys.
Yeah, like a kind of a hybrid linebacker kind of position. But
yeah.
Barno in college played a 3-4 outside linebacker, I believe.
I might have misspoke. That's what I meant. He fits a 3-4 better. Did I say the other way?
Yeah, you said. Yeah,
I probably did. I probably did.
Yeah. Then you're right.
I've been up since 3 this morning. So be patient.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like then you have to wonder. All right, do you put Jeremy Chin at linebacker since you're going to have Luvu, you're going to have Brandon Smith, Shaq Thompson. There's a good question to be had about who goes where. Hey, let me add this man to the conversation. You know him. You love him. It's the bad guy himself, Twan Don. Twan, what's good, bro?
What's good, fellas? How's it going, man?
What's going on, Twan?
What's up?
Let's get it. What's up, Drew Pickle? What's good, man?
What's up, man?
What up, Twan?
I ain't seen y'all in a minute, man. I decided to come here and get the whole night in with y'all tonight, man. Miss my boy Cody.
Wonderful.
Huh?
It's wonderful to have you with us, man. As always, man. How you been, man? How's 704 Charlotte Bound going?
It's good, man. Working on a new show right now. First show's gonna be airing tomorrow. I'm doing a Twan Don versus everybody. I don't want the cat out of the bag. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but Cody will have something to do with it. I already spoke to Mr. Tony. It's just a show that we're gonna be doing where we're gonna be doing something for the mature and grown up. It's gonna be these one-on-one shows with people that are close with the Carolina Panthers, big names and podcasts, and just getting to know these guys one-on-one outside of the Panther world.
Hell yeah, man. That's dope. Well, let me get you in on this 3-4 defense, man. We're talking about Ejiro Evero and what that means for the Panthers defense. Are we going to a 3-4? And where does Shaq Thompson fit into that defense, if at all?
I'm thinking we should move away because we keep talking about this on our show. And there's a guy who absolutely loves Shaq Thompson. I don't know why. But Shaq had one of his most decent years this past year.
Yeah, back to back. I said the last 2 years.
Yeah, probably last year, like fully. You know, he was on the field more, less injuries. Are they going to keep him though? I don't understand how Shaq keeps surviving all these different coaching changes. You know, because usually guys want to roll with their own people, and we don't know what Reich is going to do. And as far as the 3-4, I would just look at what did Evero run in Denver.
Yeah, but that's what they did. They did run that 3-4.
Well, with the pieces we got, he may be willing to change it up.
Yeah.
But that's what we've been saying. We're kind of already built for a 3-4, are we not?
Yeah. Well, I think we are.
But you also got to remember though, if you let Shaq go, which I'm all right with that, but if you let Shaq go, then he'll probably want a veteran linebacker, and not Wilson or Corey Littleton. I mean, a real veteran linebacker who's played the inside linebacker in a 3-4 before.
Man, what linebackers are even available? I'm gonna have to look that up.
One thing that we got to remember, guys, is our defense is about to get really expensive over the next couple of years. Okay, You got Brian Burns, who was a first-round pick. You have Derek Brown, who was a first-round pick. J.C. Horn, who was a first-round pick.
Yeah.
I'm
you have Jeremy Chin, who was a second-round pick.
Yeah.
It's all coming up, and it's all coming up fast. So it might as much as it would suck, at $11 million cap savings, it might be worth it to just cut him and get it done now, just so that way you have financial freedom in the future.
Alex Singleton is unrestricted free agent. He is 30 years old, but he did play for the Broncos last year, and he's an inside linebacker. So he might be a guy you can bring on a 1 or 2 year deal, till there's some other names out there.
So look here, look, here are some of the names of inside linebackers that should be available: Deion Jones, Levante David, Devin Bush, Anthony Walker Jr., Tyler Matakevich, I've never heard of him, Tremaine Edmonds, and Denzel Perriman. So there are some names. It's not like it's not like that there aren't some names out there to be had. The question is, do you trust any of those names better as an inside linebacker in a 3-4 than Shaq Thompson? I would probably say so, at least with Deion Jones and Levante David, maybe. But
and Denzel Perriman.
Huh?
And Denzel Perriman.
Yeah, no doubt.
Denzel Perriman's not going to come back here, though, man.
I think with Rule gone, he may be willing to come back.
I mean, Hightower's available too.
Is he really?
He was available last year.
I see Anzalone. I don't
White
see
chocolate espresso.
What's up, bro?
Hey, let me welcome my man Anthony into the room. Anthony, what's good, bro?
What is up, C3 Faithful? How y'all doing, boys?
Dude, we're out here chilling, man. Chilling.
What's up?
Yeah, go ahead. Jump in on this. We're talking about Ejiro Evero and this 3-4 defense and whether or not we're already built to run a 3-4 defense or not.
My personal opinion is, in terms of if we're more suited for a 4-3 or a 3-4, I'd probably say 3-4. Now, I think we're going to sign some free agent guys to fit that system. I also heard you guys were talking about Shaq Thompson, and I'm in the boat that you are not going to get any real trade value for Shaq Thompson. I think I think you cut him and save that $11 million, just like what Nick said about like 5 minutes ago. Pay the younger dudes and just find a free agent linebacker. Shaq Thompson's probably years, and I think he's kind of at that point where he's capped out necessarily. I don't think he's going to get much better than what he's produced for us. I've said this many times. I think we should go after Alex Singleton from the Broncos.
According to Over the Cap, now Cody, you may have it different on your screen. According to the Over the Cap, if we trade Shaq Thompson, we don't save no more money than we do to Cody. So cut him or trade him, we're not saving anything. And if you find a team willing to give you a 7th round pick for Shaq, that's a 7th round pick we don't have. Just hypothetically saying. You never know how the 49ers may look, and Steve Wilkes is over there, Not saying they're interested in him, just hypothetically speaking.
Who that dude just said Singleton has had 160 plus total tackles, 100 solo. Like, that's incredible, man.
Yes. I read up on him because no sooner than we signed our new defensive coordinator, I had to go see who was on Denver and their stats and whether it's hit free agency. That dude that I was talking about was Draymond Jones. And he himself,
the D tackle.
Yeah, he himself isn't that big at all. He spent some time on the injured reserve this year, but he himself isn't but 281. He's 6'3", 281. So it's not in the type of defense that he runs. That you don't have to be the Baltimore Ravens 300 plus defensive lineman.
Well, that's part of the thing, Pickle. I think Derek Brown would probably get back up to his normal weight to play that nose tackle, and then you could fit a guy like Jones right next to him in the inside. with your edge rushers on the outside. So.
Yeah, I actually think we got really good. I think Brown would fit in those, or he would fit the end, either one. I really do believe that. And you got to remember, we play a lot of nickel, and the nickel coverages are going to be, you may not see a bunch of, for example, the only time you're going to see, if McCall was to play nose, the only time you're going to see him is when we actually run into a base defense. We run our base defense.
And
other than that, that'll be on the bench.
Pickle, I think you were the first person to bring this to my attention. So Ejiro Evero, senior defensive assistant coach last year, was Dom Capers.
Yes.
Frank Reich's senior assistant defensive coach last year, John Fox. So maybe there's an
all
chance.
senior citizens coaching staff.
Yeah, man, the all Panthers, the all-time
senior citizens.
Senior. Hey, man, they're getting their AARP, and they're coming here to Carolina, bro. So I'm not even mad at it, dude. Let me welcome two more people to the show.
Okay.
Eric, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up? How's everyone doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. And I'm gonna go to both of y'all since y'all are the newest to join the room. Then I got my man JJ up in here. JJ, what's up, bro?
What up? Hope Panther Nation having a good week.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you, bro. What y'all thinking about Ejiro Evero and this potential 3-4 defense we're about to be running?
I definitely
we'll go Eric and then we'll go JJ. Go ahead, Eric.
I definitely like the idea of us running a 3-4. I personally feel like that's what best fits us.
Okay. Cool. And JJ, what say you, man? How you thinking about this defensive coordinator hire, man? A lot of people are excited. They think this could be the best Brian Burns that we've ever seen playing as an outside linebacker.
I was gonna say, I hope it brings out the best pass rusher of Brian Burns, but normally in the NFL at 3-4, it's a little easier to exploit the flaws in the run and in terms of stopping the run. So that's why it's kind of, to me, hard to kind of just cut Shaq Thompson, in my opinion, because I feel like he's so good at filling the run gaps. But I hope really Evero is able to bring out the best in Brandon Smith. I'm so upset last year. We really didn't play him too much. And I feel like just him coming from Penn State, he probably played a more physical game because I noticed they tend to. And just I feel like he could be a fast young playmaker on the defensive side that we could use. We could use that extra ball at the linebacker position.
So here's my issue with the 3-4. Because, a lot of people are going to say 3-4. I played on the defensive side of the ball in college. The 3-4, if we run that, I don't understand why we would run that, because you have to have some great linebackers on your team for the 3-4 to be effective. And we don't have 3 or 4 great linebackers or above average linebackers that can do that. When you run a 3-4, it means you got more linebackers on your team that can do more things than your D line can. I don't understand how that 3-4 is going to work with us. If you're talking Shaq is the best linebacker that we got on the team, man, that ain't going to get it.
Well, I will say, our defensive line ain't that much better than our linebackers.
No, the defensive line is much better than the linebackers.
I think we got Brown and
I don't know about that, Twan.
Huh?
I don't know.
I think Brown and
we just got to add a piece. I think we just got to add a piece to that D line. And that's what drafts are for, man.
Yeah.
Well, you got to look at Matt Laurinaitis, who played a key role last year, who's also played end in a 3-4 before. He is an unrestricted free agent. So you also got to think if you got to re-sign somebody, do you want to sign Matt, or is there maybe somebody else after you like more?
He's looking at a pretty big contract.
I think we need to be looking at a draft for a linebacker. But the thing, well, you know what? Dan Floyd put it up. Forgot about Louisville. Louisville is the best guy at that position anyway over there.
Yeah.
Not Shaq, you know what I'm saying? So here's the other thing though, man, that I've discussed that I think a lot of people don't discuss. I'm willing to bet money. When some of these guys on that defense contracts are getting ready to end on our defense, unless they franchise them.
Okay, hang on, time out. We got
they're
breaking
leaving,
news.
bro.
Well, we got breaking news.
Well, we've got breaking news, y'all. According to Ian Rappaport, the Panthers are hiring Dom Capers as their new senior defensive assistant. He returns to Carolina, where he once was a franchise first head coach.
Wow, we were just talking about that, dude. I literally just had that up on the fucking screen. And then that's happening now, dude. That's fucking cool.
Definitely going 3-4 now.
Yeah,
wow.
Oh, shit.
I just don't like these old coaches, man. I'm sorry, bro.
So yeah,
the defensive coordinator's young.
Yeah,
I know that's what I'm saying. We got to get younger in the coaches.
Yeah, Twan, I respect that, and you know, I favor the old guys. You know that.
Yeah.
But I like there's a few different ways I look at this. Number one, he helped him out in Denver, where he wasn't. Where he basically played the advisor. He sat back and chatted and gave advice. He didn't force his opinion. You know, remember, there's two different type of advisors. Them advisors are going to stand over and say, now, here's what you're going to do. And if you do it your way, you're going to fuck it up. Or you got those advisors that'll say, now, here's the way I would do it. But you're the coordinator. You need to figure your way to doing it.
Yeah, it's really just an advisory role, man.
Yeah, I like how he's an advisor, not a force. You got to remember too. John Fox was an advisor for Frank in the Colts, and when they cut Frank, they fired Frank. A lot of people thought they would get him or the defensive coordinator, but then they turned around and instead gave it to somebody else because just a lot of times the advisors, I think it's whether the advisors are done coaching and are just around to have something to do, or whether they're trying to force themselves back into coaching.
I saw the goat on that picture though, Cody. Thanks
for
putting
man.
the goat
Thank
up there.
you guys.
Thanks for putting LeBron up. They goat up there. Hey, listen, I'm gonna say it again.
Wait, let me play two real quick videos that relate to Dom Capers and
come back to me,
Ejiro Evero. Yeah, that will.
Sometimes these guys get.
So, by the way, this is Dom Capers talking to Ejiro Evero.
Just can use what you got. Yeah, that's right.
Talking speed to power, giving a little mentoring to Ejiro, and I think Ejiro likes having that older veteran presence around him. And then hold on, this is how Ejiro Evero came to learn from Dom Capers and some of those other big time names.
Brilliant defensive minds, from Dom Capers to Wade Phillips, of course Vic Fangio, just to name a few. Correct. So how have these men really influenced your coaching philosophies?
Well, they're all different, different styles of defense, different personalities. But the one thing that was really consistent among all of them is that whatever their system was, they got full buy-in from the players, and they had an identity. They always stuck with that identity. And at the end of the day, like I said, they connected with the players. They developed the trust, they developed the relationships, and that allowed those players to really buy into them.
Wow.
Yeah. So talking about that culture thing that we've been talking about for a long time, man. It seems like a culture builder, and now he's bringing in someone that was a part of the Panthers culture previously before, man. I think this is great. So far, I have loved every single hire that the Panthers have made, man. I'm not disappointed at all.
Me too, Cody. I got to second that. I'm not mad. But look, let me give Pickle his flowers, man. Because what Pickle was onto is this. I'm older. Pickle's older. Pickle's older than me, though. Hey, listen. The thing is, with these young guys, you know, in the NFL, if I'm a defensive coordinator up and coming or offensive coordinator up and coming, I'm going to go find the best older dude that's been doing this shit for so long to have advising me and lending an ear. A younger person can't teach a young person tricks that they don't even know yet. So I like the advisory position that they're putting in him. That makes sense. And initially, I thought y'all was going to throw up there that he was going to be some type of coach, and I was like, that doesn't make sense.
No.
Advisory?
No.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I think it's perfect, man. He's not
Right.
doing too much, but at the same time, he's here and he's familiar with Frank Reich. He's familiar with the Evero. Thanks for that update, Pickle. That was a great one.
He still lives in Charlotte.
Oh wow,
that's even better.
He's always had a home in Charlotte.
Okay.
So
okay.
I wanted to stay on the conversation of what players on our team could play a different position in the 3-4. We've been talking. But I'm gonna let you hear the voice of a Panther legend tell you who he thinks should be changing position. This is courtesy of Sheena Quick at this year's Pro Bowl.
She's so fine, bro.
There any player on the current Panthers roster
You were not lying.
reminds you of yourself?
Obviously, I point to Shaq Thompson. You know, Shaq was around us. He learned a lot from us, and you saw this year when he came into the game and when he was there versus when he wasn't there, there was a huge difference for that Panthers team. So I feel like Shaq has grown a lot. He showcased that this year, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what kind of growth he's going to have next year. They have a great young nucleus of talent. When you look at this defense, you got Brian Burns, you got Derrick Brown. That's the nucleus that you want. And getting Jason Twan back, the sky's the limit for this defense. I feel like they had a little drop off when JC got hurt, and then they brought Stephon in. So if we can re-sign Stephon, get JC healthy, it's going to be special.
I'm going to jump off. I'm going to go off on a limb here, and I'm going to say, when it comes to that team, Jeremy Chin reminds me of you. I say that because you came in as a safety and switched to a dynamic linebacker.
Jeremy Chin is absolutely a dynamic player. He's a guy that probably should be in the Pro Bowl. At some point, he will make it here. They've kind of bounced him around a little bit. I feel like locking him in at one position this year may have hurt him more than it helped, but he's a kid that's dynamic. When you're dynamic, you can do a lot of things, and they just got to figure out different ways to utilize him.
So he said that moving him around may have been kind of a hindrance to him.
It was.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I agree. When you're asking a player to play 5 different positions a year, man, that's like, what do you expect of him?
You're asking him to be a master of none.
Simmons for the Cardinals.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's no
He's a
continuity.
stud, too.
You're
The thing
asking
is-
him to be a
the
master
thing
of
is-
nothing.
The thing with Chen too is like, Cody, you know when you draft, when you go out and get guys from high school, and then they don't know how to label them, so they put athlete.
Yeah,
on the guys.
yeah.
I mean, Jeremy Chin he's an athlete, man. I mean, it's certain things he shouldn't be playing, but eventually I would like to see him play linebacker, man. I think he can make it a linebacker.
I believe he will.
I don't want that.
I'm
Safety is
just guessing.
ridiculous.
Yeah, if it's Shaq or if it's somebody else, you got a veteran in there at linebacker. You've got Jeremy Chin in there playing linebacker / cover linebacker, safety, what's third, whatever you want to call it. Okay, then you also have the rookie we had last year, Brandon Smith, as like a third linebacker off the bench. He'll get a lot more playing time, and that way you can kind of gradually move him into the starting lineup. Or even if certain situations that you know for a fact Brandon Smith physicality would be a little bit more better in that role than Chin, you could kick Chin out there in coverage. Because when the Broncos used a lot of safety coverage.
The Panthers are hiring Josh McCown as the QB coach.
Really?
For real?
Just reported. Yeah. Ian Report just reported.
I like
Wow, man, we're getting some news live on the free for all, man. Hold on.
Yeah, I guess
Wow,
the
no,
coaching
you're
job didn't
right.
Work out.
No, you're right. So, hang on, let me share
He's
this
worked
up.
with a lot of great young
John
quarterbacks.
Fox, are you coming next?
So, former NFL veteran quarterback Josh McCown,
He
who
played
was
for us one
connected
time,
to
didn't he?
Houston's head coaching search last year,
Yeah, he was.
is joining Frank Reich's coaching staff
This is where
in
he needs
Carolina.
You
Per
think
league
that
source.
builds to the case for us trading up?
He's a former he is Was he not a Panther at one time?
I think one of his brothers or him was.
He probably played for a quarter of the
I
league or
think he
something.
was.
Yeah, McCown played for
If he
everyone.
wasn't, yeah, I think if he wasn't, he was one. I know that John Fox wanted him real bad at one point.
He's worked with a lot of great young quarterbacks.
I
So.
think he's been a quarterback for us before.
I think so. Too.
Yes, he was. He was.
Now we just need Cam to come back.
to run our media team.
He
How
ain't
about
coming
that?
here to work for that chump change, man. They don't pay
Man,
no money.
Panthers are working right now, huh? Bring in Don Capers and
Yes,
Josh
he was.
McCown in less than 30 minutes time.
Yeah,
Like this man's been working.
They
Now we
signed
just never
Josh
get-
McCown in 2008.
Time to sign Luke Kuechly
Oh, we
to the
traded for
linebacker
him.
coach.
We traded a 7th-round pick for him.
Yeah, I
And yeah,
remember
by
that.
the way, I'm stupid.
We
It
did.
does say on the tweet, McCown played for the Panthers in 2008 and 09.
I can't read
I
that,
didn't
man.
even read that part.
Yeah, no
Oh,
doubt. It's not
Yeah,
hard to
yeah.
read.
We'll just forget that part happened.
Dude, but yeah, I mean, listen,
And it's just in the video.
I still like it, man. I still like it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
I don't know, but
I have to know if I could ask a question to Frank Wright, I would have to ask this one question. Way back when he was being thought of and people were just talking about us interviewing him, I'm bad with names right now. I've been up since 3 this morning, so my brain ain't working anyway. It don't work right anyway, but it's slower now. The first quarterback we ever had that actually Frank Wright lost their starting job to.
Kerry Collins.
Yeah,
Kerry Collins.
Not him.
The drunk.
Anyway,
Kerry Collins.
Yes, I'm not talking about Kerry though. I was messed up anyway. Anyway, this one of our quarterbacks was had made a statement on Twitter. If this guy gets it, I'm going to have to come in and play quarterbacks coach for him. And of course, that never happened. If I could ask Frank Wright one question, I'd have to ask him if about that one dude, just to see if it was a joke on the quarterback's part or if Frank ever knew anything about it. I'll tell you that here in a minute.
dude, this is feeling like a special coaching staff being put
It
together
does.
right now, man.
You're right, and Josh, let's not understand it. If you know what, this has to mean that we're going to go out and sign draft a quarterback.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I said.
If
I mean, I
we
think
draft
that's already set in
quarterback
stone.
and we go deep into the playoffs, y'all know Josh McCown's going to be hit up for head coach jobs.
Oh yeah, he'll get his job opportunities.
Well, apparently, Houston Texans already wanted him last year.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they couldn't hire him last year because of the Brian Flores situation.
Yeah.
And this is how you should get a head
That's who it
coaching
was.
job. You start
Steve
out as a
Berliner.
coordinator or position coach.
Steve Berliner was the one that said that on Twitter.
So going back to that defensive situation with us, I was starting to say it, and then the news came in.
Mm-hmm.
The Carolina Panthers. This is something that people are just not thinking of. They're gonna get shocked when it happens, but I feel like it's gonna happen. All these guys that become free agents aren't gonna stay here. That Steve Wilkes shit rubbed them the wrong way.
That's all right.
I think some of them are going to attempt to go to San Francisco to reunite with him.
I mean, how many of them though? Like,
I don't think. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Brian Burns is gonna stay here.
oh, I do.
That's not Brian Burns.
You know what? For a few years, listen. If I have a choice to tag that man a couple years or give him
you gotta
40
tag
million,
him.
then I'll take
Yeah.
it.
I'm being so real.
You know,
I don't
as
think
long,
Steve
you know,
Wilkes
and
is gonna
I'm all
have
right with
job
that
long.
because if somebody wants him that bad, they can give me 2 first-round picks for him. I'll take it.
Hey, JJ, what did you say?
I said I don't think Steve Wilkes is gonna have that job too long. I mean, like when
Yeah.
you think about it, look at the past 2 defensive 49ers DCs. They both got head coaching opportunities.
Yeah, I'm trying to-
They were great.
Yeah,
I thought he was trying to fire
Any
him
type
already.
of regression,
But-
he is
yeah.
out the door.
Those were also younger coaches, though. I hope you're right, though. I really do. Don't misunderstand
There were
that.
also minority
I really, truly
coaches
hope you're
too.
right. I would
So
absolutely
Steve
love
Wilkes
for the
has
fact.
no excuse.
Yeah, I would love for the fact that Steve Wilkes to get hired as a head coach and go win a Super Bowl just so he can that he wouldn't do this.
Well, hey,
Just
listen, if Shaq Thompson wants to go to San Fran to join Coach Wilkes, fuck, we've already traded CMC
Who's gonna
to
stop
him.
that?
Dude, see what we can get for.
It's time to get a couple plays. You give me a minute, and I'll tell you which players.
Here's the thing too, man. A lot of people that watch shows, like when they hear us speak, they'll say that we have bad takes on things. When it happens, or when somebody suggests something and then it happens, why don't you come back and give those people their flowers? Because then you get quiet when it happens. You don't say anything. You quit the press the keys to say that I don't agree. Give people their flowers if they're right, though. Don't hide.
Hey, but
tell you, Derek Brown, don't be shocked if he don't come back.
But I will say, Derek Brown or Brian Burns?
Both. Because the thing is like when you attach yourself and you feel like Wilkes brought the best out of me, and I felt like Tepper didn't really listen to me and got behind us, like then some guys, people think it's far-fetched. They don't have to stay in Carolina.
I feel like that for Derek Brown. Not Brian Burns, but more so.
Brian Burns is the primary.
Brian Burns is going to do whatever his brother tells him to do.
But also, like, all right, hold on, though. If you're Brian Burns and you know you have a defensive coordinator coming in that's finally going to put you in the position that you probably should have been playing at for the past couple of years, aren't you not excited to be a part of that? And to think about, we're going to have another draft. We're probably going to add some pieces on the D line. If I'm Brian, bro, I'm staying right where my ass is at.
If you're going to stay, if Brian's going to stay, what do we have to do?
Either franchise
tag
or
you're going to have to overpay him.
You're going to have to win. You're going to have to win.
You got to win. But Twan, they putting together a staff and a team.
No, that's what I'm saying. But you got to win. You got to win. If we're not winning, he's gone.
Well, that goes for everybody. If we don't win, don't expect.
If we're not winning, then he can just walk.
If we go, say 3 years into this, and we still have losing season, don't y'all bet your dollar every single person on this roster and coaching staff and office is out.
I guarantee you, if we're still losing, he's probably getting traded.
I mean, because if history says anything, if we don't turn this year, if we don't turn things around, I wouldn't be surprised or shocked if Scott Pitter ain't out.
Oh, he's on a 1-year deal right now.
Hey, shout out to Sean McCurry in the chat. He said, "Look, man, winning fixes everything. Y'all talking about money? Winning will make nobody want to go nowhere."
Exactly.
The highest
and we
paid
play in
edge
a
rusher,
terrible division. So
average per year, the highest paid edge rusher is J.J. Watts at $28 million. And let's be honest, if Brian Burns comes out in this 3-4 after switching to linebacker, the same switch that the last, at least two coaching staffs wouldn't do. That's including Wilkes. Granted, he wasn't here long enough to be able to do stuff like that, but nonetheless, then you're still going to be cheaper franchise attack for a couple years. So if he's fifth-year option this year, he realistically has 3 years left on this roster. And if he goes out and starts breaking sack records and producing mightily as a linebacker in 3-4, they are no way, shape, or form he's going to go back and play defensive end.
How about this? How about
Steve
this?
Wilkes. Then
I
you
bet
can't say Steve Wilkes brought out the best in him. You'd have to say Frank Wright brought out the best in him.
I will bet you that before the season starts, they're going to pay Brian Burns a new contract. Because every single year that you wait, every single year
the money gets bigger.
That money goes up and up and up and up. So if they were smart, they would do it right now.
Hey, Cody, tell him yesterday's prices.
DJ Moore.
Just like DJ Moore, dude.
Tell them yesterday's prices.
Not today's price.
Man, you better do it now, bro.
Hey, this is why I said they need to pay
If you're Brian Burns' agent, you're gonna say like Carolina called. Yeah, I will send that to voicemail for a couple days.
You better go ahead and lock up Louisville too.
Exactly.
You better lock Louisville up.
Because they moved to a 3-4 defense. Louisville going to
So do we not want to keep Chin?
We
So,
just,
like, is
we
Chin
just
out
signed
the
Louisville
window?
last year. We don't have to worry
This is
about
his
it.
last year. He just signed a 2-year deal. This season coming up is his
Hey,
last.
what position? Time out. Hey, what position does Frankie Louisville play? Outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker.
Outside.
So
If
do y'all think?
if you play him at inside, you said this a couple weeks ago, Cody. If you play him at inside, doesn't you neglect some of his pass rushing skills? Because if you kick him on the inside, you're going to have to find somebody to play outside.
Yeah, but my only worry with that though is that whenever we send Louisville on blitzes, that's normally when he's getting sacks.
Yeah, he's
Like,
not getting
that's
sacks
norm-
from just he's not getting sacks from just pass rushing. Like he's
Right,
not
that's what I'm
on the
saying.
line.
He's not like bending the edge
He's
like a
like-
Von Miller type. You know what I mean? So that's why that kind of worries me a little bit.
Yeah, he goes
Just
right
dr-
up the middle.
But
I
you
wanna
also
see
have to
Barnes
remember,
play
Cody,
3-4.
in a 3-4 defense, those linebackers are blitzing from all angles.
And you also to throw another guy in there to do that, you also got to remember Barno's quicker. So maybe Barno, if you put Barno in there as that extra blitzer, then he may can get there faster than Louisville.
Well, that just
Hey,
shows
man.
that we need
Yeah, go ahead.
more pass rush because a lot of Louis sacks were just manufactured by the blitz and the scheme.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to add some pass rushers in free agency to fit the 3-4.
Well, I
system.
mean, yeah, we
And
got
hey, real quick, let me welcome my man Naseeb Rude Life NASA to the Friday Free for All. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Oh, good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, bro. How you been?
I'm good, man. You know I had to come through real quick. You know I had to
Hell
come
yeah,
through.
man. Hell yeah. Hey, man, real quick, and then I'm going to move on to this Derek Carr thing. What are you thinking about the 3-4 defense and Ejiro Evero being our new defensive coordinator?
He is.
Yeah.
He is. I haven't heard any new updates.
Oh,
So
you've
what's-
been on Mars, bro. You've been on.
you like way far back there.
Yeah, you've been
All right,
on
look,
planet.
I've had a lot going on today, bro. I don't.
Must have been locked up, huh?
This happened last week.
All right. Yeah, I've been on Mars, bro. So fill me in real quick. What's up?
He must have been locked. He must have been locked up.
Yeah,
I was locked up. I was driving my wheelchair intoxicated. I got pulled over a couple times.
Oh shit! Hey man, you can't be drinking and driving at the same time, man. I mean, shit, except for me,
I do that type of stuff.
Yeah, Sam, I do that shit all the time, man. I mean, literally every time I literally every time I drink. And shut up, Nick. I don't want to hear nothing from you on this.
Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, I did hear about the defensive coordinator. You're right. I did hear about it. He came for the Broncos, right?
Yeah, he was the defensive back coach for the Denver Broncos, and now it's looking like we're gonna go to a 3-4, man.
Right. My bad. I did hear about that. I just got so much going on at one time.
No, you're good. Hey, since we have everybody in here, I want to ask what y'all feel about this. Most of the rumors are that Derek Carr coming to the NFC South as a New Orleans Saint. What do y'all think about this, man? I don't know about y'all, but that's
a done deal.
Don't care.
This doesn't scare me one bit.
He's still gonna be trash.
It don't really scare me.
It should because he's the best quarterback in the division.
Why does everyone hate Derek Carr? Man?
I want to say this to be
It's not that we hate him. It's
He can
just
get
he
it done,
doesn't.
man.
Look at his
scared
stats.
of Derek Carr.
Look at his
Are
stats.
you
No, okay.
scared of Derek Carr?
I mean, on the Saints, with a competent defense, I kind of am, man. Like, look at his past.
Derek Carr is not as bad as some folks think.
You can't just look past him. I mean,
and that's the point. People are looking at him saying, "Oh, it's just another Sam Darnold." No, the hell it ain't.
No, he's
Nah.
Sam Darnold.
All you that are not worried about him, who was our quarterback?
His worst
Exactly.
season-
Who's Atlanta's quarterback? Who's Tampa's?
His
Go
worst
ahead,
season.
Who's the
We don't
Falcons?
even have a quarterback yet. Y'all talking about y'all ain't worried about him.
Wait, hold on. Let Anthony finish. Go ahead, Anthony.
His worst season is Sam Darnold's best season isn't even close to his worst season, guys. Like, come on now, man.
His worst season
You're
is
right.
probably the best Panther season since Cam left.
Like,
You're right.
and yes,
Without a doubt.
he had weapons, of course. Yeah, he threw some dumb interceptions, but every quarterback throws some dumb interceptions,
Yeah.
unless you're
He
like,
throws-
He also had an ignorant
yes,
head
yes.
coach.
McDaniels
And I'll
has
say
never.
that he's ignorant.
I
He's
agree,
always
Pickle.
been ignorant. And
McDaniels,
it wasn't him that made the Patriots successful. It was Tom Brady.
McDaniel, yeah. Well, obviously that was Tom Brady doing all the work, but McDaniels has never proven to be a competent head coach on his own. I think he was a coach of the Broncos one year. I'm not. 100%
Yeah, he was.
sure.
Yeah,
He
But-
was.
Carr,
but-
he's
Terrible,
always throwing
too.
the same amount of touchdowns and the same amount of interceptions, like
Yeah, but
every
you-
year.
You know what you're getting from him.
Yeah.
Every
I
year,
just
you
think
know
he
what.
needed out of there, man. He just needed it.
He did.
But yeah, you're right. With Carr though, the one thing is he's been at his best when he has a strong run game.
Right.
And that's just and when you have a coordinator that doesn't say, "Okay, go out there and win us the game week in, week out,"
Let
you're
me-
in
let me-
more danger to do that.
Let me
It
read
doesn't
you-
help that Derek Carr had a lot of coaches that he had to go through, right? Like a lot of head coaches, right? So
Yes, and his best season was with Rich Bisaccia. Like, and that guy knew what he was doing. Listen to his career stats: 65% completion percentage, 35,000 yards, 217 touchdowns, 99 picks, 92 rating. That's really solid. Like, I'd take that in a heartbeat. I think he's gonna be good for the Saints. I think I said this before. I think the best quarterback wins the division, just like last year with Tom Brady.
I think Derek Carr's only bad season was this season, right? To me, I mean,
No, he's had a few questionable seasons.
Yeah, he's had a few questionable seasons.
So
But the
what
thing
are
is,
the
but like you said-
Saints more of a competitor now with Derek Carr than they were this year with Andy Dalton?
Hell yes. Wait,
They had Andy Dalton last year,
and
man.
Andy Dalton was better than Jameis Winston. That tells you all you need to know. If Jameis
Yeah, but let's be
Winston,
real. Andy Dalton would be an upgrade to Carolina Panther quarterbacks.
yes, he probably. I mean,
He
really would.
yeah. Now you right, barely.
It's sad as hell to say
I
that,
didn't
but
say
it's
a
true.
big upgrade.
I mean, they do have Chris Olave, they do have Alvin Kamara. You know, the Saints have some pieces.
Hey,
If-
whatever this means, Michael Thomas is coming back.
Isn't
Take that how you
wait a
will.
minute? Isn't
No, there's
Kamara
no-
getting suspended this year?
Who I don't know.
That got thrown under the bridge, and also, I don't know how they're going to pull $60 million out of their ass again to pay for Michael Thomas's contract. Like, I just don't know how they paid
gonna
for all
move
these
him.
dudes.
You see that Firefly documentary?
Cody,
No,
I'm
I
getting ready to
didn't.
send you a video.
That's how they gonna pay
Hey.
for it if you know that documentary.
So I got a
How they
question.
got that water?
You stupid.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know how you got that water, right?
I got a question, and not everybody don't
Yeah.
answer at once. But like, why do people not like Jameis Winston for real?
Please include me in this conversation.
He looks like a clown when he throws.
He
the football.
played better with New Orleans. He like threw less picks. But he looked pretty good.
I'm gonna tell you why people
He was
don't like
average.
Y'all want to watch Josh McDaniels talk about C.J. Stroud and hype him up?
Josh McCown.
Yes. Well, I
Hell
think
yeah.
I did it again, didn't I? Man, I'm out of
So with Jameis Winston, man, I mean, he went to Florida State. With Jameis Winston, it's all the stuff that happened off the field, and people allowed it to linger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
the boy is a smart quarterback, man. It's just he's had to go through coaches as well, and then people tend to latch on to what other people say about somebody before they're
30
doing their
interceptions,
homework.
smart.
You know, but bottom line, if Jameis Winston is not hurt and the dude has got real coaching in front of him, I don't think he's ever had a real coach ever. He'll throw
You know
darts
what?
on you all day.
I think what it was is like when I was watching Jameis Winston. I think when he played for Florida State, right? When I was watching Jameis Winston, he was like very.
He was flawless at
emotional.
Florida State. Yeah,
They gonna
He was-
cut him.
He was very emotional, right? And it seems like the coaches were trying to calm him down every time he got too excited. It's like, I mean, he threw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions one year, which is crazy. That's crazy in itself. But
That's pretty crazy.
But if you go through 2 years at Florida State undefeated, I want you to be more crazy and more excited. He didn't lose a game except one. That was to Oregon in the playoffs.
He got blown out too.
Right.
He only lost one game.
But let's also not forget this man
lost
threw
one game in
30,
college. That means he beat Clemson both times.
In the NFL, this man threw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in one season. Dude.
That means he's half good.
That's crazy to me, man. But he also
Bruce
couldn't
Arians.
win the job back
And every
from
time
Andy
Bruce Arians
Dalton.
debuts as a coach, the team sucks.
He's also not a rookie
Arians,
though. He was a
that's
veteran
because
throwing
Bruce-
30 interceptions.
Bruce Arians is the most overrated head
He won
coach.
he won a Super Bowl.
Say it again,
I
Pickle.
don't care.
No,
Guess
he's
what?
not.
Who did he want to?
Say
Who
it
was his
again, Pickle.
quarterback?
He's overrated.
He is. Who was
Bruce
his
Arians has
quarterback?
been successful every head coaching job he's
All right,
been at.
let me finish what I want to say. Answer me this: Who was
Not
his
when he
head
starts.
coach? Who was his
Hold on,
quarterback
answer me this.
when he
When
won the
was the
Super
last
Bowl?
time the Cardinals were relevant?
Who was Dan Marino's
When was
head
the
coach when
last
he
time
did
the
win a Super Bowl?
Cardinals were relevant with Bruce Arians?
Okay,
Cam
again,
kicked
let
his
me
ass
ask.
in
But he
Who
lost.
who was Bruce Arians? Who was Bruce Arians' quarterbacks when he went to the Super Bowl?
Tom Brady. Who was Dan Marino's head coach when he never went to a Super
What
Bowl?
did Tom Brady do this year?
And when
was the
Bruce
best
Arians was in
drop-off
Arizona
without
and he
Bruce
was
Arians?
he was successful,
Hold on.
who was his quarterback?
The Bucks
Kurt-
went from divisional round and winning records and Super Bowls to 8 and 9 and blown out by the Cowboys as soon
Yeah.
as Bruce Arians wasn't
Well,
there.
that don't mean he's great. That means he's
Well,
good
that
at putting.
no, that
But
would
listen,
take a lot to
if
succeed
Derek,
at that
but
team.
hold on though. But here's the deal, and I said this when we were talking about Sean Payton. If a coordinator has a really good quarterback, you can't blame that against the coordinator. He has some good quarterbacks, and BA. He worked with Andrew Luck. He worked with Ben Roethlisberger. He was almost viewed as like a diet Andy Reid. You know, a
Ain't
really
nothing
good
about him.
He only was successful. He was only massively successful when he had veterans quarterbacks to carry his old ass.
That's
Exactly.
not true. Andrew Luck's
As
first couple seasons in the NFL were very successful.
As soon as it got a little bit tough in Arizona, it started getting tough. Kurt Warner retired. He says, "Oh
He
God,
had
geez,
a
I
heart
got
problem
health
and
problems.
retired.
I have to retire." So he retires. He's out for a year. Oh, he wants to come back. Tampa hires him to go get Tom Brady. All of a sudden, they won the Super Bowl. Oh, I'm tired. I'm
Well,
going to
Brady
retire.
won him out.
So
Jameis
All right,
Winston's
hang
most
on.
productive
Look,
season was with him.
let me curtail the conversation because Bruce Arians
Hey.
is not about to be a Panther anytime soon.
Exactly.
But you
Yeah.
know who
Hey,
is? Hold up.
Tom Brady threw his damn playbook out. He
But
said, "We ain't
listen.
running this shit no more."
You know who is? You know who is a Carolina Panther? Josh McCown.
Right.
And
Yes, sir.
these were some of the words that he had to say about CJ Stroud.
There's nothing about that right there that says he's open, except that he's got body position on the defensive player. And so I picked the play out because it's a very simple looking play, but it shows me maturity. It shows me that he understands like what open really is and what open is really going to be at the next level.
Ah, shit. Maybe that means something. You know,
Well, what does
there's
that tell you, man? We all know who they're going after.
Yeah.
That means me and Cody's about to get roasted on Twitter. We've been arguing with everybody about trading up.
Everybody know they're going
I
after
still think
CJ Stroud.
I still think they're getting Will Levis.
Now the thing is, they want to get CJ Stroud. Can they get in position to get him as a next?
Hey man, whatever.
Oh, they're gonna do whatever.
The only way to do that is go to the top.
Yeah, whatever you gotta give up.
If you trade to the
You gotta
Arizona
get in-
Cardinals for the third pick and think you're going CJ Stroud, you're going to be disappointed.
You got to go to Pickle. You're right. You got to go to number one because everybody, for some reason, I was telling Cody earlier. Everybody, for some reason, thinks that the Houston Texans are deadlocked set on taking Bryce Young.
They're not dead. I've seen mock drafts where they take Will Levis.
What quarterback do they have?
I don't even want Stroud first. I want him, but I'm sold on Will Levis, man. every day.
What?
Oh yeah,
I'm sold on it.
Over CJ Stroud
Will
and
Levis
Bryce
is
Young.
pro. He's Pro Bowl ready, man. Right now.
Will Levis
the
and Sam
hell
Darnold
is-
2.0.
No.
Listen, let him have his opinion.
25 interceptions in 2 damn years.
Can I
Hey,
say
listen.
this, Cody? Can I say this?
Hold on, everybody, time out.
But put it in context. Who did he play with? You guys
hold
like
up.
you guys are talking about quarterbacks that have.
Nah, time out. I'm putting y'all on mute.
Show star
Everybody, time out.
potential with who you're
Look. So look, let me ask y'all this. First, one at a time, because nobody can hear you if everybody's talking over each other at the same time. Number two, the question I want to ask is this: if the Panthers want their pick of quarterback, my question is, how much are you going to trade in order to get that quarterback? Because in my mind, it's going to be very expensive this year if you're going to move up in front of the Colts and the Houston Texans. Like, man, that they're both starving for a quarterback right now. So, I mean, how much is too much for the Panthers to give up? Like, are y'all willing to give up 3 first-round picks to go get CJ Stroud?
They box themselves in. They at this point they have to go all in.
And let's be honest here. Are we really going to care if we get our franchise QB of how much it costs, man? Because at this rate in time, we have had a lingering hole at this position. When you get this position filled up, there is going to be so much less controversy, and then you can look at the roster and be like, okay, we have our quarterback. Now we know where our real holes are with this quarterback and what we truly need.
I would argue, though, you think San
Bears can have all
Francisco
that.
is hating that trade?
Wait, say that again, Kevin?
You think San Francisco is regretting trading up to get Trey Lance?
No.
I'll say this.
Yes.
I think he's another. I think he's.
They're never going to admit
Go
it.
ahead, Anthony. Go ahead.
This is my crazy thing. I'm gonna take a hot take here. I think Trey Lance is Will Levis is this year's Trey Lance, man. The 1 or 2 years in college, not enough experience. He's got the physical traits. It's all because of what Josh Allen did. That's what's getting all these people riled up about the potential of Will Levis because of his physical traits. But I really don't see it, to be honest.
Well, that's always been a thing.
I think.
Hey, man. Hey, let me welcome the man, the myth, the legend, G Baby, to the motherfucking free for all. G Baby, what's up?
Baby G.
Baby playing Hogwarts.
Baby G, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's good, Baby Pickle?
This Twan, man.
Right,
Twan, I'm disappointed, bro. Twan, that was the dumbest shit I've ever heard you say. Yeah.
What did I say?
Bro, Will Levis?
Yeah,
I'm
He's on him.
Bro, don't
sold
even
on him,
wish
man.
that kind of shit upon this fucking franchise.
You see, man, this is the thing. I look at things in films that everybody don't look
bro,
at.
nah,
Everybody look at highlights. They don't look at
You're
whole
not
games.
looking hard enough.
You gotta look at whole games.
No,
People
you
just like
don't.
watching highlights.
Twan, I've watched
What did Will
5
Levis
of
do
his
against
games
Georgia?
in the SEC, G. That dude is trash.
Nah,
Yes,
man.
he is. Breaking news. For the first time in forever, me and G Baby actually agree on something. Will Levis sucks.
I made it happen. He don't suck. Y'all taking it too far when y'all say that shit.
No,
The
Will
thing
Levis is ass.
Hey, but G Baby, you agree on this? You agree on this? Everybody always looks at the top quarterbacks, these shiny top quarterbacks. But who's in the playoffs every year? Guys that got picked in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round every year.
Joe Burrow.
Other than Mahomes.
Look at
Hey,
the
let me ask you-
This is my problem with that.
Let's draft
Go look at the
Hendon Hooker.
AFC quarterback.
This is my problem with that.
Wait, hold on, wait. One at a time.
Let me finish my statement. The other thing, look, so don't make me remind y'all that we could have had Hurts, but none of y'all wanted Hurts. I remember
Who's none of y'all?
I wanted Hurts.
What
I
is
remember
us
Carolina
wanting
Panthers
Hurts
fans
gonna
saying,
get
I
us?
don't want Hurts.
Wanted Hurts.
I
Who's none of y'all? You?
I wanted Hurts.
I did.
No, man.
No.
I'm talking about Panthers fans in general. I'm not talking about any of you guys.
I'm about to say, you put us on the boat.
I don't want Hurts, and we got YGM instead of Hurts.
I like Hurts coming out.
We could have had the quarterback from the Chargers, but Matt Rule didn't want him. He wanted to go all defense. We could have had the guy out of Chicago.
We would have had to have
But the guy from the Chargers. But I'm gonna say this though. Matt Rule's not here no more, bro. Everybody keep talking about Matt. He gone.
Wait, what'd you say, Nick?
But that's the thing. Justin Herbert was the pick before us. We would have had to have traded up to get him.
And we should have, and I wouldn't have been mad at that. Hey, this is a hypothetical trade scenario with the Bears at number 1. The 9th overall pick, 39th overall pick, 2024 first round pick, 2024 third round pick, and 2025 first round pick. That's chump shit. That's chump shit.
Here's the thing that I want to ask, though. Let's remember, come 2025, when we're all screaming because we won with that one player in the first round, let's remember, we still got that quarterback. No matter how good or bad he's playing, that's what we traded up to get.
And can I say this? Can I say
this? Go ahead, Anthony.
First off, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we have to get the QB this year, man, or we're spooked because the Saints are gonna run the division. Second off, I'm willing to trade these picks. The first rounds is gonna kind of hurt, but like if you get your quarterback, I don't really care. Let's be honest. The only other players besides our first round players on this team that we drafted to make impacts are later round players that we get from other teams, like Frankie Lulu. Like
yeah, man, fuck them funky ass first round picks, man.
Bradley,
we never hit on them anyways. Man.
Exactly, but no.
We've had first round picks for 5 straight years.
No,
bro, we never hit on those. They never work out, bro.
G-Baby, you're not listening. G-Baby, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying the later round picks don't work out, bro. The later round picks.
Our first round picks barely work out. I'm talking our first round picks. Our first round pick should always be a Hall of Famer. Luke Kuechly, Cam Newton.
No.
We haven't had none of those guys in years, man.
G-Baby, bro. One year the Raiders drafted.
We got Burns in the first round.
No, yeah.
Man, Burns ain't no fucking superstar, bro.
Oh, G-Baby.
Yes, he is, bro. His numbers.
Ain't nobody arguing with
that motherfucker.
His numbers are comparable.
We got
His
DJ
numbers
Moore
are
in the first round.
comparable. Now, his numbers are comparable to all the top defensive ends in the NFL, and they all got way more help than him. Brian Burns is the only pass rusher on this fucking team.
Year, bro. I don't want to hear about help.
Women lie, men lie, but numbers don't, bro.
Yeah, that's right, man. Tell them.
To be fair.
If we try to get rid of Burns, every team in the league will call for him.
Yeah, let's go give Brian Burns the fucking bag. Let's make him the fucking number 1
pass rusher.
We're not paying a quarterback.
That's about to happen no matter what. That's about to happen no matter what.
Hey,
yeah,
Cody,
bro.
I got a question.
That's called stupidity, bro.
I got a question.
Okay.
No, it was stupid that we got Sam Darnold. It was stupid that we got Baker Mayfield.
Go ahead, Kev.
Now that Al Holcomb signed with the team, do we get a draft pick because of that?
No.
Hell no.
Because like an assistant gets signs with another team.
Wait, who did Al Holcomb sign with?
He signed. Fuck, where did he sign to? He signed with somebody.
He's the Bills.
Bills.
The Bills.
Oh shit.
I gotta say this, and I don't mean to call anybody out. Oh hell, I don't. Yes, I do too. To say that the Panthers' first round picks never work out, you haven't been a Panther fan that long.
They don't work out.
I'm sorry.
They don't work out for more than 4 years in Carolina. 4 years max.
Listen,
our first round draft picks are 4-year max, bro.
Long before Cam Newton was drafted. I watched it, boy.
No.
Listen, though, this is my thing, man. Why is it that when Brian Burns is doing all this shit by himself every single year, and he's always the primary pass rusher on the Panthers, and people think that he's too light to play defensive end, and this man is always the best defensive player on our fucking team.
Cody,
year in and year out.
And he can never stop the fucking run, man.
He's a tier 2 pass rusher. There's 3 main tiers. Okay, Nick Bosa is the best one in the league. His second leading sack teammate had 5
Burns
sacks,
is on that
bro.
list.
I don't know, man. I like Burns, but he's not top. Like, if you're gonna pay him accordingly.
I don't
want to Panthers fans make me sick. We don't win, and y'all always choosy about who we get. And then when we got people
Hey,
actually
Anthony.
do
Let's
shit,
go give him the bag. Let's go give him the bag.
then
We
when
saw
we
how
get
that
players
worked
who
out with
actually
Charles
do
fucking
shit,
Johnson,
y'all
bro.
still.
We saw how that shit worked out with Charles fucking Johnson. We gave that motherfucker the bag, bro. And look how that
Hey,
shit
Charles
worked
Johnson
out.
was great.
There you go again, breaking up old shit, bro.
I don't know what the hell
Johnson is
you
a
talking
beast.
Charles
I
Johnson.
don't know what the hell you talking about.
Yeah,
He
Charles
was
Johnson
great until he got the bag, and then he fell off.
To know
But
I know he didn't say Charles Johnson.
Yo, how about
I know damn well he didn't say Charles Johnson.
Yo, why did Hassan Reddick have a better year this year than last year?
Because he
Because
had
he
a
had a
lot more
defensive
help.
line.
yeah, he had better help around him.
So why
Charles
can't they do the same
Johnson
thing with him?
Charles Johnson also had a hell of a guy opposite him at pass rusher. Who
Peppers.
does Brian Burns have? YGM. Cody,
Peppers
that's
had Rucker.
exciting.
Okay, let me say this.
Peppers
Yes,
had a
he
Rucker.
did. That's
Yeah,
what
go ahead,
they
Anthony.
to have a quality defensive end, you need an opposite.
Let me say
Man, we
this. So
always
how
said
did
in the
Brian?
first pick.
How did Brian Burns get less sacks last year with Hassan Reddick, but more sacks this year with no Hassan Reddick?
Because he got better. Duh.
Well,
Yeah, he is.
A lot of angry Panther fans tonight.
Because Derek Brown got a little bit better and got a little bit more
Pressure.
double teams. But you also, if you want to put honest with you, Matt Laurinaitis had some real good pressure stats. Look it up. He's had some good pressures.
Hey, what did Brian Burns do to you?
So hold on.
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead. I haven't heard Nick in forever. Go ahead, Nick.
G baby, who
So
hurt you?
I have a question for G. Okay, G, who's your favorite Carolina Panthers quarterback that's ever been on the roster?
Cam Newton, bro.
He gonna say Frank Wright.
What round? What round was Cam Newton picked in, G? What round
What'd you
was
say?
Cam Newton
What'd
picked
you say,
in,
Nick?
G?
He said, what round was he picked in?
He's taking in the first, of course.
So
Yeah,
then your argument about all our first round picks being bust is bullshit.
It's
Nick,
flawed.
did you not just hear me say Cam Newton and Luke Kuechly?
Yeah,
dude.
G
But
baby,
you left
but you're
out a
not getting
whole
the.
lot of names, bro.
G baby, you're
There's
not
still
getting
a
the
whole lot of
point.
names, bro.
You're not getting the point. If our first round picks didn't work out, then we would suck every year. Because what I was trying to say
Bro,
earlier.
we've been sucking every year
No,
for the past
no,
5,
I was
6
saying
years.
Vernon
no,
Butler, we
I
haven't
think
had
it's
a
fair
first
we
round
suck
bust.
every year because we
No,
got
no,
Y'all
no.
live in La La Land,
No.
bro. I
No,
remember
we've
the
been-
good old fucking Panthers
No,
days.
you
It's not
don't
it,
get
bro.
around for the good old
Come
days.
on, bro. Get out of
We've
here,
been
We're
bro.
for 5.
We've been mid. Being trash is the Texans every year. That's what I'm trying
Bro,
to say.
That's
we are
about
the
where we've
new
been,
Detroit Lions. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
the Texans.
What land do you guys live in?
The Texans definitely trash. That's a fact.
The
We
Lions
definitely
went
trash.
into seasons not knowing they would get 3 wins. We
Bro,
always
we've
get
been a
5
bottom
at
5 team
minimum.
for the past 5 fucking years, bro. Get out of here with that.
Man.
bullshit.
Hey.
That's
I
why
have
we
some.
don't
Wait,
pick
Come on, man.
bottom
wait.
5.
That's
I
why
got
we
some
got a top
stats.
10 pick every fucking year, bro.
Look. I
Fucking
got some
amazing
stats,
shit.
bro. Brian Burns in the last 3 seasons has 30.5 sacks. Nick Bosa, who just won Defensive Player of the Year, has 35.5. Joey Bosa
You don't even need
has
to go no further, Cody.
Joey Bosa has 20.5, and TJ Watt has 42.5. Now, of those 4 players, you're going to tell me that Brian Burns isn't working with the least amount of help out of all those guys that we just mentioned?
Cody, you're also not taking into account that those players you just mentioned probably missed so many games. Bosa tore his ACL one year.
Yeah.
Watt misses games every year.
So you-
Joey
so you-
Bosa's been
Bro, like,
injured.
you can't use that. You can't say that.
You gonna blame Brian Burns for being healthy?
Yeah, that's
No,
what
I'm
Brian-
saying
that's
what
not
I'm saying
Brian
is
Burns'
no.
problem.
This is
They're
what I'm
more
saying.
productive
They can't stay
players,
healthy.
though.
No,
They
what I'm
definitely
saying
are
is
more
they
productive
can't stay
players.
healthy, but they're still putting up the same production that
They're
Brian
still
Burns is
outproducing
playing. Yes, playing every single game. That's what I'm saying. I like Brian Burns, bro, but he's not elite. He's just
Okay,
not.
but at the end of the day, if they all get injured every year and they all miss games, what does it matter what they do in a given game? Whenever all the
Because you
stats
can't
are laid out
control
over
that.
the entire season.
Because when
Who
they're
said
on the
Brian
field,
Burns wasn't elite?
I did, bro.
Bro, Brian Burns is not elite, Twan. I fucking said that.
better
So
every
what's our
single
pass rush gonna
year.
look like when we
Hey,
trade
look,
him?
bro.
Cody, read those stats again,
Yeah.
Cody. With those
What's the
other
pass rush gonna look
elite
like?
edges.
Yeah, I mean he's very comparable to Nick Bosa, to Joey Bosa, and TJ Watt.
This is why Carolina Panthers fans don't deserve nobody. Because you guys want to shit on us two-time Pro Bowler.
All I'm saying is
You said a two-time Pro Bowler is not elite.
Hassan Reddick.
I'm gonna say this though. The way y'all get so angry. Frank White only got 1 year. And y'all gonna kick him off the bandwagon quick.
I mean, dude, you see how
with all you guys are, you guys make me feel sane, and that's saying something.
All I'm saying is you can pay him, just don't break the market for him. It's not worth it. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think we are gonna break the market.
Well, if he wants to stay here, he's probably gonna want to be paid as the highest defensive end.
He'll probably get like a 5-year, 110, 120.
But who don't want to get paid though? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
I love Brian Burns, but I ain't giving him a contract this year.
I think over the
I'm
last.
going to see what he looks like.
Yes.
See,
I
you
got
have
it,
to
but
ask
if you
yourself that fucking question, if you gotta tell yourself that, bro, get the fuck
He
out.
ain't trying to be Bosa.
Pickle
It's gonna be so expensive.
Pickle just brought up the best point of the night. Pickle
hey,
just
G
brought up
baby
the
be
best
coming on this bitch so angry though.
Carolina Panther football, bro.
Wait, let Anthony finish. Let Anthony. What were you saying, Anthony?
Pickle just brought up the best point. Let him tag him. Let's see what he does in this system that fits his abilities. Then, when he proves that he's that guy,
We're gonna break the bank.
pay him the bank. No, I'm fine with paying him being the top guy if he's the top guy. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
If you look at the contract, the average makes Bosa makes. I think one of them makes $28 million. That's the average, around 25, 28. If you give Brian Burns average per year that kind of money now, and he plays linebacker, and you realize, golly geez, he's no better. I mean, he ain't the best. Then you're stuck paying him that kind of money.
Dude, that's bro.
But allow him to play out his fifth-year option. You can tag him next year, and then
But what if he gets? What if he gets?
said next year he'll have a lot more money doing
But
it.
Pickle, what if he gets another a 15+ sack season, and then he's gonna say, "All right, I played under the franchise tag. Now y'all gonna have to pay me." Like then it's even more expensive than it would have been before.
What we're trying to prove is that we don't know if he's elite
if
yet.
the reverse happens?
Every year y'all hold out, his price tag is gonna get bigger.
But
right. And by the way, we gotta pay some of our big players, man. Like we can't let our players continue to go to other places. Yeah, they go to other places and have more success.
I just told them that. They don't want to listen.
I don't want to come here because they
You
don't
gotta pay these guys, bro. You gotta pay these guys, or they're gonna go somewhere else.
And
right,
guess what?
other
people are not going to come
And then
here.
we're gonna have a shitty ass team.
But then we have no one to. Then we,
with a bad reputation.
But then we have nobody to replace him with, and we already need another defensive
Nobody
end.
wants to come here because they know we're cheap.
All right, if we
They don't
pay
want to
Brian
come here
Burns,
now.
if we
Yeah.
pay Brian,
the Panthers
Brian
cheap,
Burns.
Charlotte Hornets is cheap. My whole team's is cheap.
Right?
Hey, going back to that statement, that first round statement, I just looked over all the names. The Carolina Panthers only had two bad first round picks in the last 23 years.
Yep.
Hell, I'm cheap.
That was Kelvin
Benjamin
for that long.
and the defensive tackle.
That
What's
was
his name?
Kelvin Benjamin and Vernon Butler.
Vernon
Exactly.
Butler.
Everybody else is going to be a damn Hall of Famers and shit one day or high up on the ladder.
Twan,
Kelvin Benjamin is so dumpster juice.
those two picks were done by the same general manager.
Yeah.
Who big? Oh, it was. It
Dave Gettleman. That was Dave Gettleman.
That was Gettleman.
Yeah.
The the worst general manager in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, we wanted his ass, but he got us to a Super Bowl. He gonna throw that Super Bowl shit over your head.
No, he didn't get us to a Super Bowl. Cam Newton in the defense got us.
Behind.
Well, I mean, he was the general manager.
Okay, so when you're picking number one, is it really that hard to pick between Cam Newton and Blaine Gabbert?
It wasn't that time. People were saying it.
Back then it was because
Terry Bradshaw said he wouldn't take him in the first round.
I mean,
exactly.
Hey, where's Blaine Gabbert at now?
I think he's with Tampa.
Well,
Something gas or some shit.
Yeah, it is now. I mean, it's easy. I mean, you can always look back and say, "Golly gee, 10 years ago, that was great."
My point is that some of the picks he had to make were just.
Hey guys, listen. Hey Cody, swear.
Only one.
I can run through it quickly. Listen,
was
Julius
easy.
Peppers, Jordan Gross, Thomas Davis, D'Angelo Williams, John Beeson, Jonathan Stewart, Jeff Mota, Cam Newton, Luke Kuechly, Star Lutile, Kelvin Benjamin, Shaq Thompson, Vernon Butler, Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Brian Burns, Derek Brown, J.C. Horn, and Akeem Aquino. You gonna tell me we don't get it right on the first pick?
That's what I was saying.
Jeff Otah really wasn't exactly the great best.
No, we just had 2 first-round picks that year.
Twan, that's why I was saying, like, if we didn't have the first-round picks, we would be completely garbage every year.
Man, we are completely garbage right now.
That's also
not
because
completely.
We can't draft.
Man, we are not.
We can't.
Hey, look, y'all gonna put up 5 wins? Y'all really gonna put up 5 wins?
Not completely, because when Matt Rule was here, we was completely garbage.
Hey, we won 7 last year.
My point is that you see the other teams in the league hitting on late.
So we showed improvement, and y'all got rid of the coach that showed improvement.
Yeah, we did. We'll do it again probably. I'm gonna keep it real.
That's why I was mad we didn't. I don't even want to say this.
Coaches that took us to a Super Bowl.
Go ahead and say it, Anthony.
I was gonna say
we got rid of
why
2.
I was mad we didn't tank, because if they wanted to ride the season out with Wilkes, why isn't he the head coach right now? Why isn't he the guy? Like, it doesn't.
Because he was never meant to be the head coach in the first place.
It ain't because the fans and the players will get behind him.
Nah, bro. Y'all want us to go to the playoffs and win a Super Bowl this year. All you fucking man.
Wilkes will be fired within a year.
Listen.
Hey, G-Baby got to go to anger management classes, bro. This is not.
Yo, G, if we won a Super Bowl, I have a feeling you would still be
was on that playoff.
You'll be mad about something with the game, man. We didn't score enough.
Let's win for team morale. Well, team morale is what got us in this fucking position, bro.
How would you know anything about morale?
G baby, if we end up, G baby, wait. If we trade up and go get CJ Stroud, are you going to be happy then?
Oh, well, there's only 2 QBs I want, but QB1 is definitely Bryce Young, hands down. But if we get CJ Stroud, I already told y'all, both Hall of Fame talents, both dogs, and I'm happy. We need to go get our QB. We're 29th in passing, and y'all over here talking about fucking defense. Get the fuck out of here, man.
That's not have to have the defense to win some games.
Defense ass too.
Hey, that's it again.
Hey, what's up, Nick? I didn't even know
wait.
I'm sorry.
Bro, defense
bad at defense.
Defense don't win games apparently, because if it did, we.
How did
what about the Eagles?
It just wins championships.
How did we spend a whole draft and
are the Chiefs known for their offense or defense?
Offense.
But their
offense.
defense shows
Where
up
are the
in the
Eagles?
playoffs. Their defense shows up in the playoffs, though.
They got the best.
Their defense is not bad.
JJ, you gonna see the Eagles defense clean Patrick Mahomes' clock.
Yeah, the last time I saw Patrick Mahomes Hey, Pickle, last time I saw Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl with a great defense, he was running for his fucking life.
You know who his left
tackle was? With a way better offensive line.
Yeah, his offensive line.
You know who his left tackle was?
Hey, guys, I'm going to give you a spoiler for the Super Bowl.
Wait, how let Drew talk. Go ahead, Drew. Go ahead, Drew.
Spoiler for the Super Bowl. MVP of the Super Bowl, Hassan Reddick.
Dude, if that happens, I will be.
That would only piss me off, bro.
Hey, Twan.
Don't y'all think
everybody's piss me off?
Hey, Twan. You know who the left tackle?
MVP.
You know who the left tackle was for that Kansas City Super Bowl?
Mike Rivers.
Mike fucking
Rivers.
Rivers.
It was Mike Rivers.
That's my point,
bro. He played left tackle for Carolina in the Super Bowl.
He screwed Patrick and
it was on his ass, bro.
Dude, that's incredible.
Hey man, Patrick Mahomes is
Hey,
ready for his
rumors
life.
are Mike Rimmers named his first child after Von Miller. I can't confirm or deny that. But,
That's weird.
He should.
Where's Bryce?
I sure do. Nobody needs Bryce Young's mini me ass.
Hey, so look,
He looks like a toddler on this picture. Man.
but he's at some kind of event.
Look like he's
And
13.
Vashti Hurt from Carolina
I
Blitz.
thought that was somebody's little
He's
kid.
as tall as his
No,
brother.
man.
Oh, is that Bryce
Hey,
Young?
Cody.
Yeah,
Cody,
that's
zoom.
Bryce
Hey,
Young,
Cody, zoom
bro.
in.
Oh,
Boy, he
damn.
young, boy. He
Yeah,
got the
he's
right
young.
name, boy.
Yeah, that's
Alright,
what
y'all
we're
thought
Rocking the
y'all
bubble
thought we
coat
were
with the
lying.
shorts.
I
Y'all
thought
thought we
that
were
was
lying
somebody's
when
little
we said
kid.
that he's
Oh,
little.
damn.
Bro, he's really little out here,
Hey,
man.
Cody, zoom in on that box water he's
Hold
drinking.
on. All the people talking about his size, though, watch him win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
He's
bro.
not winning
Like,
shit. He's too small,
all
man.
right. All right. Keep hating on him. Keep hating on him.
But
Well,
look,
y'all came on this
I
show
was-
angry today.
People said
Hey,
the same
Kyler
about
Murray's
Lamar
better
and
than him.
Kyler.
Man, dog, stop that. Whoa.
Dude,
So, I
Kyler
mean,
Murray's
look,
better
wait.
than
I will
him.
say,
I
hey,
can't even
wait.
trust
I
your
will say
QB
this, though.
assessment. You want Will Levis, bro. You're automatically
talk-
eliminated, bro.
Hey,
Kyler Murray.
It's about
Will
Bryce.
Levis
Kyler
is one of
Murray.
the top 5, though. Will
You
Levis
talking
is
about
one of the
Kyler Murray
top
that doesn't like that doesn't want to stop playing video games?
Hey,
Will,
I was
Will
thinking
Levis
Bryce
is one of the
Young,
top
though.
5,
You
though.
guys know he's not the only guy who plays
That
video
girl
games
behind him probably throw
in
the
the
quarterback better than
NFL.
he does.
Let me say
When
this.
y'all
Let me
talk
say
about
this.
his size and everything, I heard something that was cool. It was like, look at the defense now. You can't tackle a quarterback. You can't throw him to the ground. You have to hit him right in the middle of the square box. He's tiny. You probably can't hit the middle. Like, he might last in the NFL, the way the NFL's
He's
going
been
right now.
5'8" his
Any
whole
quarterback
life
should
playing
last.
Like
football.
chocolate, it only
Like,
takes
what are you
one hit.
talking
You'll
about?
get a penalty, but it only takes one hit.
It's like
Let me-
that
I mean,
for
yeah,
any
look at Cam,
player.
though.
You could be Trevor Lawrence 6'6" self, and it takes
Look
one
at Cam
hit.
with Steelers.
You could say that. Look at Cam. Perfect.
Cam with
Cam
the
is the
Steelers.
super specimen
They
athlete.
be making
No, they
excuses,
did.
bro.
No,
Let
okay,
them
so
make excuses, bro.
But
they
but
did.
hold on. But JJ, wait, time
It's
out.
never about his play. You
But
guys never
look,
tell me about his
look.
play. Y'all some
Here's
hating
the
ass
deal. No,
motherfuckers.
here's the
man.
deal. No, I want to say two things.
He got on
Number
the
one,
size 10 shoe.
number
haters,
one.
bro.
If you look at the trends, you find far more quarterbacks that are 6'6", 230 plus pounds. You find more of those dudes in the NFL than you
Of
find
course.
dudes that are the size
That's
of
insane,
Bryce.
Bryce.
I've
No,
never seen Bryce.
there
Have you
there
seen him
has
throw?
only
Bro,
been
he don't look that little to me,
there
though.
there have only been two
Hold on, bro.
quarterbacks.
Hold on, bro.
There
Time
have
out,
only
Cody.
been
Zoom
there have
in, bro.
only been two quarterbacks in
Zoom
the
in, bro.
NFL at that size that have ever had a sustained level of
Wait.
success.
Cody,
In what
That's
era?
Drew
Cody,
Brees
it's
and Russell
2023.
Wilson.
There are two black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Times change,
What does
bro.
that got
What
to do
era?
with little?
Times
It has
change.
nothing
The
to do
NFL
with
has
the
been
body
changing
ability.
so many times.
Cody,
People
Yeah,
said the same
what
thing
era
about
did they play in?
Kyler,
But again, what
Lamar,
does him being
all
black have
these
to do with
other
him being a
guys.
midget?
Nothing.
Hold on.
People said the same thing about Kyler, bro.
Hey, Drew, nothing.
Kyler Murray sucks.
Yeah,
Kyler Murray
Kyler Murray
suck.
does not suck. Y'all are out of your mind, bro.
Kyler Murray better
Kyler
than him.
Murray's trash. No.
He's better than
I
him.
think Bryce
Murray is
Young
not
over Will
trash.
Levis. Anyway.
Facts, bro.
Oh,
Listen. Will
What era
Levis-
did those short quarterbacks play
I
in?
just
This
re-signed
era.
Sam Darnold for our
They're
draft pick.
changing the game to help those guys.
Exactly.
all
That's
the
my
Hey,
rules
point.
Cody.
favor all the rules favor.
When we get
Dude,
Will
this
Levis,
ain't
y'all ain't
Call
gonna
of
have no
Duty.
choice
This
but
is
to
the
stick with it.
NFL. If you talk about Call of Duty, and Kyler Murray is probably a Hall of Famer.
Hey, by the way, Vashti heard from a Carolina Blitz. She put, so Bryce is legit about my height.
Cody sitting down.
Yo, Bryce is like he.
That's insane. That's
Cody,
crazy. Wait, did we
wait,
play the
wait.
Texans this
Let
year?
me say something. Let me say
Watch
something.
him torch us. Watch him
No,
torch
no,
us.
no, no. Listen, I want to extend an olive branch. I am not saying that he's a bad quarterback or that the dude doesn't have an incredible touch pass or that the dude doesn't always know where the pressure is coming from. The dude is a beast, but you cannot also deny that it's worrisome that he's 185 pounds.
How
It doesn't worry me for one bit. You want to know why?
That's
Because he can put
insane.
weight on. He's a magician in the fucking pocket. His footwork is one of the best
I've ever seen. His football IQ, his football awareness is some of the best I've ever seen coming out of college, bro. And you guys are over here talking to me about his fucking height, bro. I'm going off what my eyes tell me.
That's what people say every year.
Bryce Young is legit, bro. And you guys want to pass on him because he's
No one is saying that he's not.
Mobile quarterbacks.
Come on, bro.
Mobile quarterbacks have it hard in the league, though, bro.
God, bro.
Hey,
He plays in the best conference in football. He won the Heisman, bro.
Would that be to me? I don't give a
He won
fuck.
a national title.
Jameis
Would that be to me? I don't give a fuck.
Man. He's
Jameis
going
Winston
against
won.
fucking NFL players every fucking Saturday. He
Man,
plays.
the Heisman Trophy don't mean
Fuck out of
shit.
here, man.
What that mean to
How
me?
big was Hey, Cody, how big was Andrew Luck?
Hey, the Heisman Trophy don't mean shit. Don't get me the naming people that won the Heisman
How
Trophy
big
that
was
ain't
he?
doing shit.
No,
He was like
listen,
6'4", 240.
listen. Yeah,
What happened to him?
Dude, this
Did
is
Baker
what-
Mayfield win the Heisman
being
Trophy?
lost
Where's
to,
Baker
man.
Mayfield? Where's Johnny Manziel? Where's all
Bryce
these
Young
duds?
Bryce Young is a damn good quarterback, but you are within your
In
reason
college.
to wonder how his body is going to
There's
handle
no problem with
an
wondering,
NFL
but like,
schedule, man. That's
you gotta
not,
look at the
that's
NFL as
not
where it's
weird.
going.
We're not wrong for having concerns about
I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm just
offensive
saying.
line, though.
Hey,
Hold on,
G-
I thought
hey,
we got
G-Baby.
this all-American offensive line to keep Bryce Young fucking clean from getting hit. So I don't want
Hey,
to
G-Baby.
hear that shit.
What did David?
Hey,
What did
G-Baby,
David
did-
Tepper say?
Most of the quarterback injuries recently in the past 5 years, they've been because of poor protection up front. Like Lamar and Kyler weren't because of their frame. It was because they weren't protected. They were leg injuries from
I just want to know.
trying
Did I just want to
escape
know?
pressure. Like that's
Hey,
been
what
the
did
case
David-
most of the time. It hasn't been
At
because
Frank
of
Reich-
size.
He might be, Sean.
Hey,
Well,
Frank
I just want to know. Did
we don't have to worry about it because we ain't drafting Bryce Young. So
Probably
there we go.
not.
yeah? And I just
But,
want to know.
Probably not, but still.
Did Baker Mayfield? Did he
He's
win the
gonna throw-
Heisman?
Yep.
Yep.
Nobody
Yeah, what
cares
the-
about Baker
But-
Mayfield. He's trash. We all know
Johnny
that.
Manziel won the Heisman.
No, because G Baby
Cam
said he
Newton won
won.
the Heisman.
G Baby said that Bryce won the Heisman. So so did Baker
Yeah, the
Mayfield.
Heisman don't
Oh,
mean
yeah.
shit.
Hey, Cody, what did Frank
So
Reich
did
say?
Cam Newton, and you guys weren't saying that when we drafted
Y'all are
him.
fucking
right?
morons.
I'll say this.
bro. I swear to
I'll
God,
do.
bro.
What did David Tepper say at the press conference?
Wait, hold on. Wait, one at a time. Wait,
Cody.
one at a time. We'll go ahead. We'll
Dude,
go. We'll
Caleb
go.
Williams just fucking won the fucking Heisman, and fucking Cody Lack over
You
here
guys will
compares them to
drool
fucking
over
a god,
Caleb
bro.
Williams next year,
Caleb-
bro.
Hold on,
Caleb
one
is
at
gonna
a
be
time.
that guy though.
Like,
Like,
stop it.
Wait,
No,
wait,
that's
one at a
because-
time. One at a time. One at a time. One at
Hey,
a time.
Cody.
Wait. Kevin's been wanting to ask a question. Go ahead.
What did David Tepper say at Frank Reich's introduction? He said that we're changing the rules for offense. That's why we hired him. You're going to see that more in the future. We're going to help advance because that's what people want to see. They want to see offense. They're going to change more rules to allow the quarterback to not get hit as much.
Okay, that's a good
That's
point.
going to be a
And-
future.
Then we're
Look
not.
at
Then
the
we're not
roughing
really.
the roughing
Hey,
the passer.
pickle. Then we're not watching football, are we?
I mean,
Yeah,
I've
I
been
don't
saying
know
that
what it is.
for a couple of years now. So,
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
trying to be nice and raise my hand because when I interrupt everybody, I get told to quiet down one at a time. So, I see it. It seems to be
I'm
that,
talking,
and
Pickle.
it's no offense against Cody at all, but it seems to get certain people on here don't listen.
Oh, he talking about G Baby.
I'm sure he
I
knows
didn't
what's
In
up.
all
even have to
fairness,
say it.
okay, you
Didn't
had
even
your
have to say
fair
it.
share of moments too.
We all
Right?
get excited.
He ain't talking about. He said people. He ain't say person.
Let people keep talking. Y'all keep talking about we changed the rules. The rules to favor the quarterback. And the quarterback ain't supposed to get hit. Well, let's be honest. Tua Tagovailoa says, "Fuck you on your damn rules."
Yep.
That's
But
what
he got his
Tua
ass.
says.
And he got his ass knocked out.
That's an example of any play.
They're like you ain't saving me.
Roger Goodell says he's seen the best play calling rule-wise goes we've seen. That's
Tua
what
had
Roger
concussion.
says. Roger says Rest's been doing a great job.
Hey, Lawrence, you have to do me like
Tua,
that.
listen, let me say
Tua
this.
got
Let me say
concussions.
this.
He didn't get body
And I want to
injuries.
say one thing while we're on the quarterback, and I don't really give a fuck who get feelings get hurt. I don't care who online feelings get hurt. I don't care what pro player or whoever
Oh,
or fan
shit.
gets hurt.
Oh, shit.
You're about to light somebody
Andrew
else up.
Go
Luck
pickle go.
is not a Hall of Famer, and anybody that says he is a dumb son of a bitch.
Nah, he's not.
Hey, talk your shit,
No,
bro.
you're speaking
Talk your
facts.
shit.
You're speaking
He
facts.
didn't play enough to be a Hall of Famer.
He was a great.
And I'll
He was a
agree
great
with
quarterback. Who
Dan
got
on
injured.
PNP. The fact that he's even brought up is about skin color.
Oh, I like this energy. I like this energy.
I think he was a great quarterback. Had his career cut short.
No way, Jim.
But he's not
Cody,
like
that's
that.
all his award and taken into
But he didn't win anything.
Yeah,
But
okay.
Cody,
I'm not
hey,
saying
Cody,
he was.
Let me say this.
I'm
Let me
saying
say
he's a
this.
great quarterback. He just had his career short.
Let me say
But
this.
look, hey guys, check this out
Let me-
though. I just want to make one comment. We got it. Look, listen. You got to enjoy football for as long as you can, because it's not. It's turning into the shit you just saw on Sunday. They're gonna be pulling flags in a few years, man.
Yeah,
football. This is not football that they're playing anymore. When you protecting quarterbacks like this, man,
yeah.
it's corny. I don't want to say the quarterback. If the linemen don't do their job, the quarterback get the right to get fucked up.
Dude, I can pull up a clip from 2018. Tom Brady.
You don't even need linemen if you don't just do that with a quarterback.
Hold up. Tom Brady got hit on the shoulder in a playoff game, and they called roughing the passer. Like he legit got hit.
Oh, I've seen a finger on his helmet.
And
They call roughing the passer.
Yeah, my point is, what's the purpose of an offensive lineman then?
If you intend to tackle a quarterback, you have to aim for one of two areas. You have to aim for the crotch or the ass.
Ain't nobody thinking about that shit. I just want to knock his ass out. Listen, what do we have offensive linemen for? They might as well just remove offensive linemen, because what are they doing? They blocking to keep you away from the quarterback. But when you get to him, they don't. It's like you don't even get in trouble as a lineman for letting your man go, because you know you can only hit him so hard.
There's only one quarterback I'm trading up for, and that's CJ Stroud.
Yes, sir.
The more and more this process is going on. And by the way, I've always liked Stroud. I was just never big on his mobility. I thought that was a limiting factor. Let me fucking finish. Shut the fuck up. Let me finish. Then he did an interview today on the Pat McAfee show, and he said that he was injured all year, and that was a contributing factor to why he wasn't able to be so mobile this year. Okay, so if that's true, I'm gonna consider that he does have a little bit better athleticism. He is the only quarterback. He is the only quarterback in this year's draft that I'm willing to spend draft capital to trade up to get. Not only because I don't think there's much of a gap between him and Bryce Young, but yeah, he's also 6'3", 225 pounds. And I think he has a great arm, man. A lot of the comparisons.
He's also not in
now you think he's got a great arm. Okay.
So here's the thing. So, like, what if we don't get a quarterback and we just keep Matt Corral? What y'all gonna do?
I'm down.
We cry.
Look, see, I know this Cody tried to stay away from that name.
Then we probably get in the first pick next year. So cool.
We draft Hendon Hooker in the second round.
So we get
thank you.
Caleb Williams or whatever that dude is
No.
from USC.
Matt
I don't want a
Corral.
25-year-old off an ACL injury.
Matt Corral has
They
potential.
just get
That
Matt Corral.
25-year-old.
Oh my God, a 25-year-old is drawing fucking Medicaid now.
Quarterback on this draft class.
Listen, Matt
I
Corral has.
come up with the dumbest fucking rules for not picking people. 25? They ain't old. He's 25.
He's gonna be a 25.
He's over the NFL years, though.
Rookie.
That's dumb as fuck.
JJ,
I will say.
You just said that they changed the NFL rules to
Yep,
protect the
I was
quarterback.
about to say
So
that.
why does age matter?
The age don't even matter at
I'm
this point.
taking Stetson Bennett over fucking Hendon Hooker. Bro.
I'm
He
going
was-
I didn't say all
You know what,
that.
Stetson Bennett? You offer him a six-pack, he will come free.
The only thing I'm worried about Hooker
he'd be on the field.
You're talking about 25. Tom Brady is 20 years older than this man, and he was talking about coming back.
Hendon Hooker is better than Will Levis.
The only thing I'm worried about Hendon Hooker is the offense he plays in.
Hendon Hooker is the third best
a
quarterback
bum.
in this draft
He's a
class,
bum.
and there's no discussion.
Tennessee played that Oregon style offense. That's one thing I worry about.
That's false, Pickle. Stop lying to people. Stop lying to people, baby Pickle. Stop lying, bro.
Bro, let me let Nick get in here. Let me get Nick in here with y'all loudmouths real quick. Go ahead, Nick.
I don't even remember what I was saying, bro. Like, this shit's fucking crazy. You guys are
Yeah,
nuts.
I know. Yeah, everybody's.
I would say the only thing
fucking
that Hooker
He's a bum.
worries me about is the offense he came from.
Hey,
It's
can
kind
I
of like
just
the
say
Oregon.
this? Yeah, but so was Matt Corral's offense. I'll say this: Hendon Hooker's a way better quarterback than Will Levis.
That's a damn lie.
That's
a damn lie.
He's not a better
Cuz got Will Levis posters on his wall. Like,
That's a damn lie.
NFL scouts and coaches are walking away from a Senior Bowl massively impressed with how intelligent Hendon Hooker is.
Yeah, he is, and he has a big arm
The
too.
Tennessee Titans scout was quoted as telling a
goddamn, he's
reporter,
been in the league for 6 years, bro.
College for forever.
Like, come
I
on,
don't care
bro.
about the Senior
Why
Bowl.
does
Oh, that tells
why
me that he's more ready to play if he's older.
Right.
I don't care
why
about the
does,
Senior Bowl.
Why,
I
does,
really-
why is it that Hendon Hooker
Motherfuckers
being
want
25?
18-year-olds playing
Hold on,
quarterback in the
Twan. Hold
NFL.
on, Twan. Why is it that Hendon Hooker being 25 years old is more of an issue than Bryce Young being 5'10", 185 pounds? Like, that doesn't make
Bryce
sense
Young's
to
an
me.
actual stud.
I would know.
He doesn't just rely on raw
Hendon Hooker
athleticism and
almost
arm
won the
talent.
Heisman.
I
Hendon
would
Hooker
say-
almost won the Heisman this
Hot
year.
take,
He
hot
wasn't
take.
winning no
Oh
Heisman.
my
JJ, you all right. Bryce Young is
He
a
was
stub.
not winning
You're
it
exactly
over
right.
Caleb
He is a
Williams.
stub.
We don't know if he didn't get hurt. We don't know
Hendon
that.
Hooker's a bum. I don't want to hear it.
Cody, no, Cody. Let me
He's a
say
bum
something.
and he ain't gonna do nothing.
Hold on, go ahead,
You know
Anthony.
it.
Hold on, go ahead, Anthony.
All right. I have a hot take. I would rather take Hendon Hooker at pick 9 than Will fucking Levis at pick 9.
oh, that'll
same.
work for me. That'll work for me.
Same, same. I'm the
and
same.
Will Levis, I don't get the hype at all, man. And the Bryce Young, I'm gonna say this.
He's pro
I like
ready.
Bryce Young.
Y'all don't fucking want to listen to
hold
why
on,
he's
Twan,
ready.
hold on, Twan.
You don't listen.
I like Bryce Young, but this coaching staff wants a tall quarterback. This is why I think that all the eyes are on CJ Stroud. That's my opinion. From just hiring Josh McCown to I just really think CJ Stroud's that guy for us. I mean,
So who want to put their money? Hey, Drew, I want you to remember
like
this,
I've been
Drew.
saying this entire fucking time. It only comes down to 2 fucking QBs, man.
No, it don't. Hey, Drew, I
Yes,
want them
it
to put their
do,
money where their
Twan.
mouth
What
is,
do you
though.
mean?
Listen to this. I guarantee you, I'm betting anybody $20 on here that Will Levis will
I'll
go
take it.
before one of them top 2 quarterbacks.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. Twan. You ain't gonna like.
One, have you paid up the last quarterback bet you made that you lost?
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
Twan, you
when
ain't-
Bailey
last
Zappi
bet?
got drafted. Bailey
Zappy.
Zappi got drafted.
Okay, see, we keep having this conversation. When I tried to
Hey,
pay
Twan
that,
ain't right.
and Drew was here.
Brought it up.
No, and Drew was here. When I tried
I
to pay that
rejected it.
bet, when I tried to pay that bet, what I was told was, I don't care about it.
That's exactly what I said.
I keep
That's
listening, bro.
exactly what he
He did
said.
say that.
How can I pay a bet that he didn't want?
Hey, Twan.
Exactly why we
To me,
keep
I
bringing
just
it
want
up.
to bring it up.
But listen, I don't want to dodge that. I guarantee you, Will Levis will go before C.J. Stroud, or I ain't say and
Before
or
Stroud?
he said
Oh no, this man, he over here. He.
or you got Alabama, man.
Listen, I didn't get,
Twan hungry. He hungry. Go
I
get something
never
to eat.
got-
That's not.
I never
serious.
understood the hype around
Get you a
Josh Allen
coaching.
when he was coming out. So
Because right now, some of these mock drafts, they got him going third.
No, they
I
got
never
him going to the
understood Josh
Texans.
Allen going so high. So
Whatever gets us CJ Stroud is what we should be
C.J.
asking
Stroud
for.
is going later. C.J. Stroud is going the latest.
He better than Will Levis.
I can't believe I'm hearing this from Twan, bro.
Hey, Twan.
Just
Look.
bet it. Don't argue with me. Just bet it.
Hey, look. The highlights that I seen of Will Levis, he not it. Whatever. Will Levis. Will
Hey,
Levis.
Drew, that's what I thought.
He's not consistent enough. He has one NFL throw per game, and then that's it, man. He's throwing balls into the dirt.
Placed in the
Always
right
that
can I say
one
scenario.
team that
He
throws
could
a
be
reach.
great.
Hey, Cody. Hey, Cody, Drew, listen. These
So he'll stamp out on
drafts
2.0.
never go the way y'all think they're going to go.
As Will Levis.
Let me see
Oh,
this.
Jesus
Will
Christ.
Levis- Will Levis
I
could
looked up the stats in college today. Will Levis, in 2 years as the starter, Will Levis has thrown 25 interceptions. To the contrary, Hendon Hooker in 5 years starting has thrown 12 interceptions.
Who had the better team?
That's
Pickle?
amazing.
Pickle,
Hendon
who had the
Hooker's still
better
a bum.
Pickle, who had the better players around him, Pickle?
It depends on what team. Hendon Hooker spent 3 years, I think it was, with the Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
So, Drew, this is what I keep saying. You gonna keep saying CJ. People keep saying CJ Stroud and Young, right? But if you're surrounded by nothing but 5 stars, you should play that way. What about the guy who did what he did with nothing?
They were
No one
highly talented
questioned
coming
Joe
out of high
Burrow.
school, G.
No one questioned Joe Burrow when he was playing with Justin
Oh, yes,
Jefferson
we did.
and
I did.
Jamar Chase.
You
I
cannot
did.
compare Bryce
I
Young
did.
Come on,
to
bro.
Joe
Why would you
Burrow.
question Joe Burrow, bro?
Please don't do
I
that.
Drew, I
questioned
didn't
Joe
say
Burrow.
Bryce
Burrow wasn't
Young.
even
I
good
didn't
until
say
his
Bryce
last
Please
year.
don't
I'm not
put
afraid to
anybody
admit it.
I didn't say Bryce Young.
Bryce
I
Young
said CJ
in the
Stroud.
same sentence as Joe Burrow.
I said
Don't
I was
do
CJ
it.
afraid
Stroud.
of
I
Joe
didn't say
Burrow.
Bryce
You got
Young.
the reason why these quarterbacks that go later is because they play with less in college, and that way they're able to play better when they get to the league. That's why you see so many guys that go first and second, high up in quarterbacks. It's because they always played around nothing but talent, and then when they get to the NFL, they play with a bad team in the NFL. They don't know what to do.
Yep.
Because they used to been around talent.
But it just seemed like Will Levis was trash before.
Will Levis didn't have a team. Go look at his team. You can't even name 3 people on it.
Neither did Trey Lance.
How many years are we going to let that man excuse?
Yeah, facts. Neither did Trey Lance, and look where he is.
Drew, tell him to name one wide receiver. Name one wide receiver that Will Levis threw to. Name
I
one.
can't even do it. I can't name.
But Trey Lance, what college did Trey Lance go
to? Josh Allen.
I know Cavassier Smoke.
But if you want us to name the running back, if you want us to name the running back, the receivers, the tight ends, and all that for Alabama and Ohio State, we can all do it.
Matt Corral better than Will Levis. Matt Corral's better than Will Levis.
He is.
But the homie Panther Pickle just said that Sam Darnold is better than Will Levis, so that's saying something, bro.
Yeah, man, fuck these quarterbacks going high in the draft because they going to sorry ass teams.
Hooker, so
Listen,
that's all I
like
need to
I
hear.
like Hendon Hooker, that's no secret. But I've said it before, I'll repeat saying it now. If it was me and I was running the draft, and you better be thankful I'm not. If it was me and I'm running the draft, I'm going to draft a defensive player or a tight end in the first round. And pick 40, I'm picking Hendon Hooker. That's a fact.
Oh my God.
That's what I would do.
But Pickle, you know what? I don't think that'll happen. You know why? I don't know. No. It's not even because it's not a good plan. I think if you're a team like New Orleans, who just got their first round pick back, they might take Hendon Hooker in the late first round. Especially if his knee is ahead of schedule.
Yep.
From an injury perspective, he might be a first-round quarterback. To me, Hendon Hooker reminds me of Deshaun Watson.
I like Hooker.
Bryce Young remind me of Deshaun Watson.
I like Hooker better than I like that kid out of Alabama. I definitely like Hooker better.
Let me say this: Deshaun Watson is
Hendon Hooker is not better than
Cody,
Bryce Young.
Can somebody tell me where Kentucky finished?
No,
Where did
nobody watches
Kentucky finish
Kentucky.
at the end of the year? Where did they finish? What were they ranked at the end of the year? Kentucky.
Who watches Kentucky?
That's my point. You only making my point.
They got shut out by Georgia.
Yeah.
That's not making your point. I don't give a.
I'm going to explain it. Where was Kentucky? Kentucky was ranked in the top 25 at the end of the year. Yes, we can all say that. Right?
What does that have to do
No,
with
but I didn't know that.
being good?
But Kentucky played in the SEC with all the guys we naming, and they still managed to be in the top 25 with no one.
But we've seen college quarterbacks produce.
Will Levis was that team, bro.
Yo, I will say this.
Will Levis even look like Sam Darnold. He look like Sam Darnold's cousin or some shit.
Cody, look at Will Levis's passing numbers and look at Anthony Richardson's. They're basically the same.
Yeah.
He lost to Georgia. What is that? 16-6?
Except for the fact that Will Levis actually played 4 years and Anthony played.
Is that 16-6? He lost to Georgia 16-6.
Yep.
He scored a whole 6
with
points.
no one. Hey,
Congratulations.
stroll up to the other loss.
Who did Carson Wentz throw to? But we knew he was talented coming out, bro.
Okay, Twan, I gotta ask you a good question.
I don't know how he lost to Vanderbilt, but
You keep alluding on the point that he had no talent, he had no help.
He didn't.
And okay, if he didn't, and his stats look horrible, and that was the reason why. So why would I take him in the first round?
No, Cody. Okay, let's look at his stats. Pull his overall stats up, Cody.
I mean, I got the overall.
That's games. You doing games?
Click the stats tab.
Right there.
That's Sam Darnold cousin, boy. I don't want nothing to do with Sam Darnold.
And look at his passer ratings.
Yeah, in 2022, 65.4 completion percentage, 2,406 passing yards.
Remember, he ain't got no wide receivers.
19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Yeah, only 24 touchdowns in the season. That's not.
He ain't got no wide receivers. We already went over that.
We've seen quarterbacks produce without talent around.
Yeah, because
we've seen that in college before.
I want to hear the quarterback.
Hold on. Cam Newton's national team.
I want to hear the quarterback that had all the talent around him that y'all said.
Cam Newton
But look,
have shit on that Auburn team.
Yep. Shout out to homie. Shout out to homie. Like, if you supposed to be a good. If you're supposed to be a great quarterback, you're supposed to make the talent work, bro. Like whatever.
But so name one. Name a quarterback that had no talent that won.
Talent doesn't.
I just gave you one.
Fix overthrows and underthrows and inaccurate passes and having to be.
This
Talent
dude
has
just
nothing
Cam
to
Newton
do
had
with
no
that.
talent at Auburn.
Talent
And
has
by the
nothing
way,
to do with core
No, he did.
fundamentals, bro.
And Matt Corral had better completion percentage, more passing yards,
that Matt Corral
better
shit.
runner. and by the way, I don't want to hear anyone ever call Matt Corral injury prone. Will Levis is hurt every fucking year, bro. Every single fucking year, Will Levis is getting hurt.
He gonna play in the NFL though, and Matt Corral isn't.
And dude, look, okay, Will Levis.
Matt Corral is in the NFL.
He had a fucked up.
He ain't gonna play in it.
He had a fucked up finger. Like, there's honestly not shit that Will Levis does that Matt Corral hasn't proven to do better. Like, the only difference is that one was in a pro style offense and one was in an RPO. But it don't matter. Just because someone was in an RPO offense doesn't mean they can't run a pro style offense.
Hey, look, Frank Wright is the quarterback whisperer supposedly, so Matt Corral might do something.
And for reference,
even if we go with Cam Newton, that was 20 years ago.
Sam Darnold's college stats in the chat. So you can look at Sam Darnold's and compare them to Will Levis and tell me what you see.
Listen,
all I know is
Will Levis is going in the top 5.
Got almost identical, except for Sam actually throwed a few less picks than Will Levis.
Hey, Twan.
Juju Smith-Schuster and.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, Twan. Sam Darnold's
and them excellent college players made Sam Darnold a better player.
Sam Darnold was absolute trash in college.
Hey, look. Sam Darnold saw ghosts. Sam Darnold saw ghosts. Levis might not even see the field, bro.
Yeah. I still don't know how Sam Darnold got picked so high in the draft. He was garbage at USC.
Because he was good when he was at
USC. He was overhyped the whole time.
He was good with his mouth.
Oh.
I didn't mean it.
Whoa there, Pickle. Whoa there, Pickle. Calm down.
Let's move on.
How you know, Pickle?
Hey, listen. Half of these athletes are only drafted because they talk these coaches and scouts and GMs into. Yeah, look at me. I'm better than everybody else.
Man. Ty McShay and them pumped.
Is that what Hendon Hooker's been doing while he's been on the sideline with an ACL tear?
Who?
Hendon Hooker, since he can't get on the field right now, he's just been
know
talking.
What? I'll just be honest with you right now. Hendon Hooker is doing what Will Levis isn't, and right now Will Levis is just a no-show. And Hendon
I'm not
Hooker,
saying Will Levis
may
is
limp.
good because I don't really like him.
May limp, but he's there.
Who cares about the Senior Bowl?
The Tennessee Titans they've had dinners with him already, and they've had long discussions with him because he's open about everything.
Will Levis is going to be a top 10 pick. He don't need to be in the Senior Bowl.
He's going to be a top 5 pick.
Malik Willis, and you know what? Malik Willis looked really bad last year. So, therefore, there's no reasons, and he was only a third-round pick. There's no reason why the Tennessee Titans don't draft somebody else.
So bad.
No, man.
Yeah, and by the way, Malik Willis was in a.
I knew Malik Willis wasn't ready for no damn NFL.
If you're
Malik Willis is better than Will Levis.
Malik Willis can be
Cody, you just yelling shit now,
starter, why can't Matt Corral be the Panther starter?
There you are.
But
hey,
dude,
Cody, we better than Will Levis in our wheelchairs, bro. Like,
yeah, no doubt, dude. But
I
how
never
about this?
liked Malik
Hey, no, you're
Willis.
not.
How about
No,
how about
run
this?
both of your asses
Malik Willis. Everybody trying to use Malik Willis against me, like pretending like the Titans didn't have a fucking terrible offensive situation for even Tannehill this year. They weren't even prepared to
He
put
can't
anything
throw an accurate
around
pass
Malik
to save
Willis.
his life.
Oh, okay, so let
And
me just
neither
go ahead.
but neither can Will Levis. If you're going to compare those quarterbacks to this year's quarterbacks, some of those dudes have just as high of an upside as some of the ones coming out this year.
Aim that towards Antoine, because I think Will Levis is trash.
I could just end it now by saying this. White Chocolate Espresso. What quarterback has been closely named with Frank Reich since he came here?
Wentz?
What quarterback has come out of Frank Reich's
oh,
mouth?
man.
Wentz?
Will Levis.
Oh, my God. Who said that? Who?
Yeah, no
who
one has
said
even said that. No one has said
The
that.
fuck he hasn't? Man, every other mock draft, they got him coming to us, and I ain't
That
going
has nothing to do with Fitterer, though.
Yeah, mock drafts are put out by fans, and well
So
over
what y'all?
half the mocks.
So what y'all gonna do
no
when
idea
Will
what
Levis
they're
is our
doing.
quarterback? What you gonna do then?
I'm gonna cheer for him.
We will cry ourselves to sleep.
I'm gonna cheer for him.
I'm about to get hit, then I'm going to come on the
Until
show
he
and be
starts
like,
winning, and then y'all gonna have to damn zip all that shit up.
I'm gonna cheer for him. Please draft him.
Actually, no matter who our quarterback is, we have to root them on. Like, at that point, they are our quarterback, and we have no other option.
but if he sucks, we all going to bash him on Twitter.
Whoever they draft, I'll cheer for.
Hold on. Obviously, we're going to cheer for the quarterback that we draft. But, Twan, you even said that mock drafts are nothing like the actual draft.
It's
So
not.
I would hold off on Will Levis getting picked to us because I've seen Will Levis getting taken by the Texans at number 2. And honestly, none of that stuff matters till draft.
I wish they would do something like that.
I'm telling you right now, he's going in the
That'd
top
be fire. Hey, so if Will Levis is not a
Colts.
if Will Levis is not a Panther, you still gonna root for him?
If Will Levis is not a Panther, Will Levis is nothing to me if he ain't a Panther.
Exactly.
Oh, so you doing all this for nothing? Like,
no. I'm sitting here telling you that dude is a really good chance that he's gonna wind up coming to Carolina. Whether y'all want it or not, it's not gonna be Bryce Young. You can go ahead and kick that shit. Because if we gonna trade up to go get anybody, we're gonna go get Stroud. We ain't going trading up to get
Young. Let's get CJ.
Now, Twan, I agree to that. If you're going to trade up for anybody,
you ain't trading up for Young.
Be Stroud. Because if you don't trade up to get Stroud, then don't trade up
at all.
Yeah, don't at all.
Just. I'm hearing more and more people trying to attach Anthony Richardson to us. I mean, what y'all gonna do?
Will Levis probably gonna go with the deal.
No. Don't get me started.
I don't think he's ready either. But damn,
no, he ain't even. I don't even think Anthony Richardson is a first round pick. I'm not saying he won't be. I'm not saying that because I'm not drafting, and there was a lot of stupid people get paid a lot of money.
I ain't seen enough of them, but I mean.
I don't deny that. Did we not have a conversation while the season was on that dude should stay out of here?
It's all about the team. It's all about the team.
Hey man, let me ask some people to the conversation. Why Big Jordan in here to tell us why Will Levis is trash?
Why Big Jordan coming out? He coming for me. Why Big Jordan coming for me, man? I know he coming for me.
Yeah, for sure. Cody, I'm gonna hop back out. But Cody, can you put the stats back on the screen for Will Levis?
I got my own stats over here. I don't believe Cody's stats.
Yeah, he studied like
Well,
Twan
then
studied.
you better
Will
be
Levis.
saying ESPN's lying. Shit.
I'm about to pull mine
Yo,
up
Twan
too.
got like Will Levis posters on his wall this side.
I do. They in the garage too.
That's crazy, pause.
Oh,
man.
They in the garage too.
Google
Got the
Vanderbilt,
jersey and the
Vanderbilt
throwback.
versus Vanderbilt versus.
I got a Cam.
I don't want to
I
see his
got a
stats.
Cam Newton jersey that's signed.
Google Vanderbilt versus
It's not
Kentucky.
really signed, but you give me a
That's what I
minute, it
wanna
will
see.
be.
All right, give me a minute.
And I just need this explained to me by Twan and whoever else is a Will Levis fan about how he had nothing around him. This is what I want to. This is what I want to explain to me.
He didn't.
Okay,
Pull the players up and tell me who we recognize.
you gonna recognize him real quick when he pull these stats up.
Hey! Don't name one or two people. Don't
No,
do
They
that.
can't throw the football to themselves. You know that, right?
Right.
Okay, you gonna see this. I'm not saying it for no reason.
What are we waiting for?
I'm waiting for Cody to put up the stats versus Kentucky versus Vanderbilt, like the whole list. It's going like if you Google, it's gonna pop up.
You want to see the roster?
No.
This is the game spread from Vanderbilt and Kentucky.
Does it show the rushing yards and the passing yards, right?
Yeah, it says passing yards. Yeah,
So-
Will Levis.
So
Will Levis.
I'm not saying that. You explain that to me. I'm not saying that.
That was one game, bro.
That is
How-
trash.
in
That is
what
trash
world-
versus
in
a
what
That looks
world
like
is
shit.
top
Looks
10
like
pick?
our offensive stats, bro.
And what
Man,
world is a top 10 pick getting outplayed by his running back against a team
First of
that
all-
not won a game
First
in
of all, that's
over 5
First
years?
of all, that was a rain game. Put some
Stop.
context to it.
Okay.
He said a
raining
rain
that game.
game.
That's a
And
Giga
that's
Ugungale
just
game.
one game.
Hey, Twan. If it was a
2
rain game, then
touchdowns?
how come that
They lost?
random ass quarterback threw for more yards than him? They're not even ranked, man.
162 yards to 100 yards passing. He outdid him on the ground and had 2 more touchdowns to do that interception. He's trash.
Hey, it's one
And Vanderbilt is trash.
That's not top
Like,
5
we're not
picks.
doing that.
It's one game. It's one game.
But he lost to a trash team.
Yeah, Vanderbilt had not won a game.
It's
in that
one
division.
game though.
No,
Vanderbilt
Vanderbilt has not won a
every
game
team
in that
every
division
year
in 5
loses to a
years.
trash team in the
guys.
NFL.
Hold on.
I don't want to hear it. You can't explain that.
Okay, listen to this.
What pick you taking that with?
Is it true? Is it true that every year an NFL team loses to a trash team?
What pick are you taking that with?
Oh, that don't got anything to do with the situation.
Well, Levis
Oh,
is trash,
we can
but
just
just
we
because
can
he
take it
lost
to
to a
Cody.
trash team
Oh,
doesn't
let's
mean
go to
he's bad.
Clemson. Hey, Cody, did y'all lose any
No,
trash?
we ain't talking about Clemson now. You're
Right,
yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Y'all can't do that. Y'all can't do that.
bro.
Y'all can't say that.
What pick are you
Swerve
taking
back.
that with?
Really talk about it.
Can anybody answer that question? What pick
Clemson
are
had
you
no
taking with
business
Will
losing
Levis?
to Notre Dame, but they did.
We're talking about Will Levis being trash.
The Tennessee Volunteers lost to South Carolina, so you always lose to a trash team.
Hey, we beat Clemson, y'all,
talking about
back to
Tennessee.
back.
University of Kentucky lost to
How
Vanderbilt.
the fuck we start talking college football,
But
damn it?
then Clemson
We
lose to
talking Will
better.
Levis.
CJ Stroud's better than y'all.
Is
I would
anybody
think,
explaining this to me, bro?
Didn't Clemson lose to Tennessee?
But why are
Yeah,
you
yeah,
talking about Clemson?
Without a quarterback.
Are we
And
going to
they
be
ain't have a
drafting?
quarterback.
Are we drafting a Clemson
Fuck outta
quarterback
here.
this year?
Yeah.
So why are we talking
We
about
never
We ain't going
drafted
after
a
no
Clemson
one game. We ain't
never
pulling up no
drafted a
one
Clemson
game
player.
and let that dude be his whole career.
I know. Don't even
Man,
remind
bro,
me of that.
Levis
Pull up
ain't yeah,
Tennessee
he's
then.
not gonna
Ain't no
do it,
Clemson
bro.
player
Pull
coming
up
in
Tennessee then.
Panthers.
Yo, shut
That's one
up.
game.
Hold on.
Sucks.
What game did Will Levis do good last year? Do you tell me?
Yeah,
Oh.
what was his best performance?
Okay, so look, I have to go
The
back to what I
Vanderbilt
told you.
performance.
He said, all right, so look.
Listen,
All right,
if we're gonna do
let
this,
me
we're gonna
tell
do
you
it all the
about
way.
it, man.
So if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this all the way. Who is Rodriguez? Who's ever heard of C. Rodriguez?
Chris
Jr. on that team?
Rodriguez, the nigga that just carried him.
He,
Look at that.
no, he's
130
good.
yards, 2 touchdowns.
Who's
Go look
T.
up his-
Robinson? Y'all don't know who T. Robinson is?
I
Go
know
look
Whoever
up
that is
Chris
better than
Rodriguez's
Levi.
stats this year, Cody. Cody, go look up Chris
Levis.
Rodriguez's stats. He's good.
Who?
Chris Rodriguez, his season stats this year. I like him.
I know he got suspended. That's what I know. But
All you gotta do is click on his name. Shit.
Yeah.
Spencer
Nope.
Rattler,
904 6 touchdowns.
Spencer Rattler over Will Levis.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're not taking a quarterback top 10 that's getting outplayed by his running back that much.
Kevin's ego, bro. He don't even need that.
No,
shit.
I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being honest.
Look, he had 6 touchdowns. He was tied for 128. His average was 5.2.
That's good.
And the SEC, that's pretty damn good.
I want us to draft him. Like if we could, he always shows late.
He's a pure runner. He's not like a pass catching runner. He's
like he'll run. He run people. He always falls forward. That's what I like about him.
Y'all tripping,
bro.
I don't even know who Chris Rodriguez was. I don't be paying attention to University of Kentucky football.
You know now, because
he was the only offense last year.
This who we should have.
Hey,
don't draft with Levis now. Draft Chris Rodriguez.
Since
go ahead.
You know, with respect, why big? Since you know a lot about him, you reckon he'll be there? What round do you reckon he'll probably go in roughly?
He probably goes 7th, like last.
Well, we don't have we don't have anything past the 5th. We don't have a 6th or 7th, but we have like 4 or 5. Well, now, granted, Scott Phillips could always trade back and pick up a couple. He likes to do. We got like four 5th round picks or something like that.
Brock Purdy just showed everybody it's about the team that you go to.
But Brock Purdy has a good coach that knows how to change a nobody into a somebody.
Right.
Guru.
Oh, guess what? He didn't go first round, but he had but if he'd have played all year, it seems as though he would have had a better year than any quarterback that got picked in the first round. Because
what they gotta do? What they gotta do with Will Levis? I don't understand.
There was only one quarterback that got picked in the first round.
I'm talking about that in terms of people always wanting these high grade quarterbacks that don't do shit in the NFL.
Oh no, you're right about that. I just think Will Levis is trash.
I would rather.
What? That's your opinion. We're just gonna agree to disagree.
I would rather.
No, everybody agrees with me.
Okay, in the same
Hey, he said you a one-man army, bro.
It ain't gonna change my mind. I don't give a fuck if Cody don't agree with me on this.
And that's the army. That's
I'm supposed to change my mind and go with the masses.
There's a lot of people don't agree with Cody, y'all. Follow him on Twitter. You find
Cody
every time Cody bring up that nonsense about Matt Corral, then all of y'all disagree with that shit.
It's not nonsense. He's a better player than Will Levis, bro.
You must
His
be
stats
crazy.
are better. Nah, he just is, man. Jordan,
Hey, they be trying to pop Cody's tires, bro.
Jordan, tell them Matt Corral is better than Will
We out here
Levis.
talking about some Matt Corral. And y'all talking about me.
There is no objective proof that
My guy going
Will
top
Levis
5.
He's not.
Cody's guy went in the 3rd round.
How is that your guy?
How does that even matter? What does that even matter?
Hold
You
on,
just
hold on.
men-
How
you
is he
just
better?
mentioned Brock Purdy, bro. He was the last pick of the draft. And you're going to mention 3rd round like that means anything
First
at
of
all?
all, okay, so I'll explain. Look, no, all joking aside, I think when Will Levis plays with the Carolina Panthers, is coming into a team that's good on both sides right now.
But quit saying win. Quit
Can I
saying
say
win.
we're above average on both sides. But the defense is really, really good. You know,
You're gonna be disappointed.
There's Matt Rule's not coaching us. You know what I'm saying? But we will see what Reich does. Got a great defensive coach over there. We got some great pieces, great offensive line coach that they retained. They've been dumb not to do that. It seems like it could be possibly going in the right direction, man.
Hey, so like,
Twan, how about this?
Can I finish?
Yeah.
And our team is not ranked. It's not what our ranking says. We know we're a lot better than that damn ranking. You know what I'm saying? But the leadership has been horrible.
I agree, but how about this? If our team,
It's all about the team that you go to.
If our team is in a good position to win, then why don't we trade some real ass draft capital and go get a real goddamn QB in CJ Stroud? Screw that Will Levis stuff. I would rather
Because you have to give up too much to go get those guys, man.
But they're franchise, but they are the legitimate product.
Hey, look, hey, Drew, I'm willing to do it. I ain't say I wasn't willing to do it. I just said that's a lot that you have to give up on a guy that you don't know what he's gonna do. You don't know what the fuck CJ Stroud is gonna do in the league, man.
What?
We don't know
Put it
that.
like this. You know what? I trust that the front office and the coaching staff is going to do their homework and they're going to pick the guy that they feel best fits what they're trying to do.
You sure?
It ain't gonna be Will Levis.
This ain't Matt. Put it like this. This ain't Matt Rule saying, oh, this guy, his RAS score looks good, so I'm gonna take him.
For all you Scott Fitter fans, this is God Almighty in heaven.
Let me ask a non-quarterback question.
Why?
I'm following some tight ends in the draft.
No.
And I really
Let's
like
stay with
Luke
his quarterback set.
Yeah, stay with the quarterback.
I like Luke Musgrave. Do y'all think he'd be a good pick 40 in the second round?
You're not even giving me the best tight end, bro.
I'm not familiar with all. So I'm going through tight ends and.
There's only two white tight ends I'm even interested in.
I'm gonna eventually do a full breakdown on a lot of these dudes, but I'm not familiar on all the names yet, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying right now. If you're the Carolina Panthers and you're looking to get a quarterback, you have two options. You either trade every fucking pick in our future to go up and get either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, or you stay where you're at and you hope Will Levis or Anthony Richardson.
No. Anthony Richardson.
Right. I would pick Anthony Richardson all day. I'm a big fan of Anthony Richardson. I like Anthony Richardson.
If you pick Anthony Richardson, then you gotta realize he's gonna be sitting for a year or two.
I'm okay with that. I either want us to trade all the way up to get a floor guy.
Who gonna take his place, Sam Darnold?
Yeah, hell no with that. Hell no.
Oh, but let him and Matt Corral battle it out. Him and AR, let them battle it out.
Man, I'm about to see Matt Corral and Levis.
Cody, this is the thing about Matt Corral. He missed his opportunity to show what he has with the injury.
That's okay.
I don't know what
it's not over.
Going to happen with him. Yeah, it's
but
not
you can't.
He's not going to give up. You know, nobody expected PJ Walker to start last year, and he did. So you just don't. Now, Matt Corral has to prepare like he has to be ready at any moment, because who knows when he's going to get his opportunity or not. I doubt that they're going to give him a legit quarterback.
Y'all don't like Matt Corral so much now. I want to see what he's going to do.
Now I'm saying, dude, and if people just go back and watch his film, dude, he has legitimate talent, man.
Oh no, I've seen some highlights. He's not bad, bro.
Cody, what did I call in and say last week? I said we would already know a lot about this quarterback position if Matt Corral actually got to compete for the starting job last year. If he beat out Baker, Cheesecake, Mayfield, and Sam Darnold.
He wasn't going to even beat out Sam Darnold.
Oh, yes, he probably, dude. Sam Darnold, stop with that. He had a chance to beat out Sam Darnold.
They didn't give him an opportunity to beat him.
I'm gonna say this, and Drew, remember when I said it first? Look, I saw Matt Corral go out there in preseason.
Don't do that.
He had the third string with him, but he was playing against the third string.
No, he wasn't. He was playing against their starters, and
he wasn't playing against their starters.
Yes, they were. Yes, he was.
No, they weren't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
At the game. I was at the game. He was playing against their third and fourth string deep.
It was their third and fourth string guys.
I was there.
Hold up.
Yes,
Drew was there.
The Patriots played their starters that game.
Starters. PJ Walker was playing against their starters, and Matt Corral was playing against their third and fourth string.
He was not.
Because when he got hurt, it was in the Patriots' end zone, and what's his name?
Hey, Drew, you tell them that you was there, and they still said no.
From Tennessee,
sir. PJ Walker played the first quarter. Matt Corral the second quarter.
Cade Mays.
That's what I'm saying.
Cade Mays was at center, and when he stepped back, he stepped on Deontay Brown's foot, who fell back in the back of the grass.
Hold up. I'm going to help the Matt Corral stand for a second. So people think that Matt Corral couldn't beat out Sam Darnold in the competition, but people think Will Levis could beat Sam Darnold.
Come on now.
I know that's bananas.
That's
dude.
Bananas to me, man. Like I don't get that, and I'm not a Matt Corral.
Guys,
he played their
at
starters.
it from the wrong angle here. Matt Corral did not have an opportunity because Matt Rule was never going to give him the opportunity. Matt Rule wanted him to fail because he didn't want to take him in the first place.
And this dumbass traded out to get him.
Right.
Hey, real quick, this
last year in the regular season, the start of it, who would have ever thought Mike White, drafted in the 5th round of the 2018 draft, would look a lot better than first round pick Zach Wilson.
But that's what scares me about AR and Levis and these guys, they don't have enough experience. That's why I would rather take Hendon Hooker at pick 9. Like, I was never high on Zach Wilson. He only played one solid season versus really bad competition.
Exactly.
So
Zach Wilson faded out quick.
Why does this article say the Patriots played their starters? Another article saying Patriots played their starters. It says Matt Jones, Patriots starters expected to play against Panthers. What's up with that?
YBJ, I'm sorry, bro, but I can pull up clips right now. Matt Corral was not playing against the Patriots.
DJ Walker played the first quarter. Then Matt Corral played the second quarter. And then they kept flip flopping. He played their starters that second quarter. Please stop. I remember.
I'll look at it right now, man.
It says it right here.
But when he got hurt, it was against the third and fourth string defense.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that is true. And listen, man, like you really have to put Matt Corral in this quarterback class and go back and judge his film compared to the guys that we're looking at. The only guys that have better numbers, like straight up numbers, than Matt Corral. No, believe it or not, there's only 2 quarterbacks who have unanimously better numbers than Matt Corral in this year's draft class.
Young and Stroud.
That's C.J. Stroud. No. It's Hendon Hooker.
Ooh.
If you compare Matt Corral to Bryce Young this season, their numbers are painfully similar. And Matt Corral has some even better numbers than what Bryce Young did this year.
Especially include rushing.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, he had 11 rushing touchdowns
and 600
his
yards.
Final year at Ole Miss. 600 rushing yards. Like, dude, that's big time, man. That's big time.
He's some scrub. No.
That's what I'm saying, man. They need to stop playing with my boy Matt Corral. This dude really has talent and ability.
I'm not arguing about no damn Matt Corral no more, man.
You were arguing about.
I'm not arguing about Levis at all no more.
Every time I hear Corral, I think about going to Corral. I like it
no more.
And I'm not
every time I think about Corral, I think about going to Corral, and I get hungry, bro.
Yes. He's that guy, bro. I'm gonna say about Matt Corral is I know he's better than Baker Mayfield. I know he's better than Sam Darnold. And I know he's better than Will Levis. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Baker Mayfield is trash.
Yes, I said it last year. He was trash.
Dude, I still got Baker's jersey in my closet, man.
Damn.
Still got that stupid jersey.
But guess what?
All I'm gonna say is I called that shit in the pre.
Dude, I paid full price for it.
Man, what'd you say, Nate?
I said all I'm gonna say is I called whatever happened this season in preseason.
Yeah.
I called for like 5 wins this season.
Now we get like 7.
Hey, let me do one thing real quick, man. You already know I'm trying to win some money at this game, man. I just put in another set of picks on PrizePicks.com. I got Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts combined for more than 3.5 touchdowns. I got Miles Sanders at less than 4.5 receiving yards. Travis Kelce, more than 77.5 receiving yards. And Kenneth Gainwell at more than 35.5 rushing and receiving yards, man. If y'all want to make a little bit of cash, it's easy, man. Play some daily fantasy sports. Download PrizePicks today. Play daily fantasy sports. And use the promo code C3 when you sign up, man. That actually helps our channel continue to grow, man. All first-time users that deposit and use our C3 promo code receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. If you deposit 100, PrizePicks will give you 100. If you deposit 50, PrizePicks will give you 50. That's PrizePicks.com. By the way, on PrizePicks, they got Patrick Mahomes at 0.5. So
why? Because he's injured or something?
No, and they're giving you a free pick, man. So you can put $25 up on you can put up to $25 on this Patrick Mahomes more than 5 passing yards. So that's a bargain right there, man. Y'all go to PrizePicks, use promo code C3. I'm gonna ask one final question on the quarterbacks, and then we're gonna go to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna go to each and every one of you right now. Tell me what you would rather do: stay at 9 Go best player available or trade up, get your quarterback of the future. Drew, if you're the GM, what are you doing? Trading up or staying put?
I'm gonna put all my chips in the middle of the table, trade up, and get my guy. You got to have a quarterback. You have to have your quarterback in order to do anything in this league.
And you're getting CJ Stroud?
At this point, I would say it's CJ Stroud. I don't know what they're thinking. I know it's not going to be Bryce Young, but that I do know. But other than that, you need a quarterback. Go get him, and then you can fill out the team around him.
Yeah.
What you mean?
All right. I'm starting to be more sold on that every day, man. I'm just accepting the inevitable. If that's what they're going to do, jump up and get the next Joe Burrow, because that's what everybody's comparing Stroud to right now, man. It's Joe Burrow. Panther Pickle, are you staying put at 9 or are you trading up to get CJ Stroud?
I would prefer to stay at 9, but the simple fact is all the cards and the arrows are pointing to trading up. The Panthers will trade up and probably to the very top pick to get CJ Stroud. He is being compared to Joe Burrow, and for those who don't know, David Tepper offered everything we have for many seasons to the Bengals, and the Bengals for Joe Burrow, and the Bengals turned him flat down.
Yes. Everyone forgets about that. Everyone forgets about that.
That's just a fact.
Bro?
Yeah, David Tepper took control during that draft and offered the Bengals the first and second and third pick for like 2 drafts, and they turned it down.
And the difference, let me just barge in here.
We got some music going in the background.
The difference is here. The difference is here. The Bengals needed a quarterback. The Bears don't. So the Bears are going to take offers for the number 1 pick. That's why the Bengals denied the Panthers.
So y'all see him doing it again?
Oh, I can see.
Yeah. With I don't think it's any secret that the Josh McCown video kind of slipped on social media shortly after it's announced that he was a quarterback's coach. Frank Wright's considered a quarterback guru. We're hiring. I mean, it's just the inevitable that we're going to get a quarterback. It's looking like CJ Stroud.
If you're reading the tea leaves,
I know some people talk about moving to the third. If you only go to the third pick, then you're taking a chance of somebody jumping you to the first pick, and you really don't know what the Texans are going to do. So if they have their eye on one quarterback, then the best thing for them to do is go to the Bears.
Hey, Jordan, what did you say you didn't know?
Shout out to Pickle. I did not know we signed Josh McCown as a QB coach, bro.
Yeah, man. Josh McCown is the new quarterback coach for the Carolina Panthers. And
I like that.
he's already talked about CJ Stroud in a previous podcast.
Yeah, I'll try to share that link with you here. But it's in the private chat. There's a link about Josh McCown. It's a YouTube where he talks about CJ Stroud. Also, I don't know if you know it or not, Big, but who we hired as a defensive consultant today, don't you?
Who?
Dome Capers.
Dom Capers.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you Evero?
Yeah, he was the very first head coach of the Panthers.
I'm not gonna lie, it might not matter what quarterback we get because this staff looks real good. This staff looks so good.
I know, man. I know.
There's something that I posted in the chat. Let me, if I can find it real quick and read it. It's interesting. Mike McKay from the Observer reported another Panthers note. Deuce Staley was on the Eagles staff when Josh McCown spent parts of 2 seasons in Philly. Wow. Reich, Staley, and McCown all have worked under Doug Peterson. Jeff Nixon, you all remember him, who served a variety of roles under Rule, worked with Staley and Peterson under Andy Reid.
A lot of correlations right there.
Yeah, there is.
I think that Josh McCown, I did not know about that. I'm happy about that.
And I don't know this, and it's just an idea popped in my head. So take it for that being. So it's just an idea popped in my head. What's to say that if something doesn't happen, we don't get the offensive coordinator maybe that we're wanting, they just call Deuce Staley the offensive coordinator, since Jeff Nixon is available and our running game did look good last year, they just leave him as running backs coach. That's a possibility. Since he does have a history with Deuce Staley and them.
So in other words, the Panthers is moving in the right direction when it comes to like the hiring and stuff.
I think so. I'm much more impressed. I'm more impressed with this than I ever was in anything to do with the Matt Rule era and some of the Ron Rivera era. So,
the city man, Root Knife NASA. Who are you? Are you trading up for a quarterback, or are you staying put at 9?
Yo, I'm at the point with the Panthers that like I think it's time that we just do something different to bring some excitement to the team. You feel me? So I'm trading up. I'm trying to get my quarterback.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Nick, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You trading up, or you stand to put at 9?
My thing is, if we're trading up, I want us to trade up the night of the draft. Okay, we wait to trade up, or if we trade up to number 3, okay, someone will jump us. It's what's going to happen. Okay, we wait until the night of the draft, then we can make the best choice in the moment. We can go from there. Okay, but I am not overpaying straight up. I am not trading 3 first-round picks for any of these quarterbacks.
I hear
That's
you,
understandable.
Man. It's going to be expensive.
Dude, the price is just too high for what you get. I'm sorry. We can't gamble on first-round picks just because of the quality of player we get with our first-round picks.
Okay.
You know, we got J.C. Horn, we got Brian Burns, we got Derek Brown, we got DJ Moore. At one point, we got Cam Newton, Luke Kuechly, Julius Peppers, all those guys. Like, we can't gamble away our first-round picks just to get the quarterback that we want when we're going to give up 3 of them. That's insane.
Yeah. I hear you, man. Dude, the Colts need a quarterback. The Texans need a quarterback. I mean, dude, who knows what Atlanta is going to do? Man, there's just so many unknowns. It's hard to really...
Oh, yeah, because Atlanta got Marcus Mariota, so they definitely need a quarterback.
That's look good that last game. They beat the Bucks.
No, I don't think they have Mariota anymore. I think
they're not moving on from Ritter.
Yeah, they got Ritter. They pushed Mariota to the back. Jeez.
So
by the end of the season, Ritter was starting, and Mariota was either sitting on the bench or he was at home.
Oh man, that's crazy.
So I know these next 2 answers. Anthony, you're trading up, aren't you?
Hell yeah, I'm trading up. And I don't even care about the 3 first-round picks because I'll tell you what. This league is a business, and if you want something, you gotta go get it, man. And
that is true.
I really don't think there's a price for being a Panthers fan, just sitting here, 5 years of misery. It's about time we do something different. Just like NASA said, even if the quarterback doesn't show the greatness that first year, you have something to build on. I think our roster, at this point, the Saints put us in a hole where, if we don't do something at quarterback, they're going to run away with that division, man. Because the Bucks are tanking. And the Falcons are the Falcons. So, we got to do something, man. Like at some point, and I get Nick's argument about, we've drafted quality first-round players and that stuff. But the one thing we haven't drafted in the first round is a quarterback. And if that's the only way to get him this year, I just don't see how you can push it down more and more years down the line. So, yeah, that's ultimately what I think. And it's something I want, but I think it's also the reality of the situation. Hiring Josh McCown, hearing him say all these things about Stroud, Reich being a quarterback guru, saying he wants a 6'4" quarterback that can be a pocket passer, also have a little mobility. So, that's ultimately what I see, man. Like us not going after Derek Carr, the best available free agent, kind of told me, they're going to put all their chips into a quarterback, whether we like it or not. That's ultimately what I want. And the other thing is, I think they're going to go after a guy that if they trade up, they have someone in mind. I don't think they're going to take a quarterback at 9 just to take a quarterback.
I think if they trade up, that just shows, all right, they're confident in one of these guys. Even if they traded up to 1 and drafted Will Levis, for example, even though I don't like Will Levis, the point is that they would have confidence in that guy. So yeah, that's ultimately what I think.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. I do want to say this: if the Panthers do trade up for a quarterback, I hope that we make a big free agent signing at wide receiver. Just because if we're gonna go get the guy, I want him to come to a team that's already loaded with weapons. Yeah, I love DJ Moore, love Terrace Marshall Jr., but I'm saying let's get another big time playmaker to put on this team. Because if we're not gonna have a first round pick next year, there's no chance you're gonna pair CJ Stroud with Marvin Harrison Jr. That was his receiver at Ohio State. That would be incredible for us. Yeah. But that's not going to happen.
Well, see, Cody, the thing is, with this coach, with Frank Wright, it just seems like people want to play for him. Nobody really wanted to play for Matt Rule during the Matt Rule era. So people want to play for Frank.
And I do think that would be an asset in getting some of those better players here in Carolina. They want to play for Frank Wright. So, I'm pumped for it. Twan, I already know you don't want to trade, but I'm gonna ask you anyway, because
my answer is my real answer. I mean, it's not gonna be what any of you guys think. What I would do is, I'm with Nick, man. I think it's way too expensive to go up at this point. I would trade back a few spots, man. My very first pick would be Quentin Johnson, the wide receiver. Add him. I've been talking all this shit about your boy, but at the end of the day, we already got Corral. I'm getting a wide receiver. I'm going after Quentin Johnson, and then we're going to get an additional pick by trading back with somebody. See what Cody's guy can do.
Yeah.
What he can do, because I'm telling you, move up and get a quarterback and the shit don't work out, you gave up a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
I can respect that answer.
See what he can do for this 1 year. And if he don't work it out or whatever, you know what I'm saying, then we could go out there. We could try that again next year with the guy, old boy coming out of USC. That's if we are that bad. I don't think we're going to be that bad.
No.
But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, it's not always about you getting picked high as a quarterback. It's about the team that you go to. And then just as tonight, we're looking at how these coaches are coming together, man. They may be able to actually teach Corral some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And get him ready, and then go get, a backup or whatever that's gonna be behind him or whatever. And like I said, I'm getting Quentin Johnson. And if your boy Pickles boy is available later,
Henry Hooker,
I'm grabbing him.
I'm not mad at that.
Now that's a logical thing, better than saying Will Levis. I appreciate it.
Why I kept bringing up Will Levis, I said because I think that's who Carolina's going to pick. But I'm getting your boy out of Tennessee because they're going to let him drop. And then if Corral don't work out, then we can go ahead and train both of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And we got an extra pick because we traded back a few slots. We could trade back a few slots and get that. Like Cody just said, I love DJ Moore and Terrace Marshall, man. But we need more weapons too, man.
Yeah.
And then you got a true quarterback competition if you bring the Hooker in. You know what I'm saying? And we got an extra pick. It's just like, man, and the thing is, if those guys don't come to Carolina, all of those quarterbacks are going to bad teams, man.
What were you going to say, Nick, about Matt Corral?
I have a hard time relying on Matt Corral to count on him as the starter going into the season.
Right, but if we don't get Hooker, he got quarterback competition.
Yeah, but we're still going to need to bring in a veteran. So at that point, who would you want to bring in as a veteran?
Jacoby.
Probably at that point.
Jacoby Brissett?
Yes.
It's just he's not there to play all the time necessarily. He's there to mentor the guys and right.
No, he actually had good
That's
stats.
the thing.
Yeah,
you got to plan on him.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I would put Sam Darnold on a 1-year deal.
I expect him to sign a veteran anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I-
put Sam
They'll sign
Darnold
a
on a
veteran
1-year
anyway.
deal.
I would appreciate
Darnold on a 1-year deal.
I would appreciate Jacoby Brissett over
as a bridge. That's it.
Because if we could deal with PJ Walker, we could deal with Jacoby Brissett.
No, he actually had good numbers under Reich though.
Yeah.
How you feel about that, Cody?
No, I don't mind. I mean, listen, I would prefer, if it's a Jacoby or Sam, I'm fine with that. Because at the end of the day, they're just a stopgap towards
I'm talking
whatever
about
we
in
have
terms of
coming
I'm talking
next.
about in terms of the first round pick. Even if we don't get that wide receiver, we can change our tight end situation to get Mayer out of tight end. I mean, out of Notre
I'm
Dame.
down, dude. Listen,
They're gonna
I'm
be
one
right
of the,
there together.
listen, I'm one of the only people in the world, maybe Jordan as well. If we ended up rocking with Corral and just decided to build around him for this year and give him an opportunity and not force ourselves to draft a quarterback, dude, I'd be happy, man.
Yeah,
I'd probably
with the
be
coaches
happier
we got
than
coming
anyone else.
in, it's got to be a consideration, man. It's got to be.
I gotta ask you, college. If I may ask you, college guys, something. Steve Smith hypes up Zay
Yeah,
Flowers.
he's like that.
Yeah, is what round y'all think he'll go in?
First.
Okay.
He's
I
looking
just
like
curious.
first.
I need to do a lot more studying on these picks than I have so far.
What's his name?
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers.
Hey, let me go through the rest, and then we're gonna get Super Bowl predictions, and we're gonna get up out of here. My man Creeper, you still there?
Yep.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Do trading up for a quarterback or staying put at number 9?
I want to trade up. I want to make that move because let's say we sign. Okay, let's like disregard Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy G, or Derek Carr coming to us, and we get the best like free agent that's not Lamar Jackson or any of them other guys, like a Jacoby, and we have Matt Corral, and we're what? I don't think we're bad enough in 2023. I think the best that we could do at that point is 8 and 9 at the worst, like maybe 6 and 11, which will get you like what, the 7th, 8th, 9th pick again. So if we don't want to draft a quarterback or trade up and draft a quarterback this year, then we're gonna have to be talking the same thing. Are we gonna trade up and get a quarterback next year?
Yeah.
And then next year, and then next year, and then next
Groundhog's Day.
It's
Groundhog's
the cycle of mediocrity. It's hell.
Yep.
It's purgatory.
So you
Purgatory.
just say
I
we
don't
might
want
as
to
well
be stuck
just
in
get the
purgatory.
And this
we might as well just get the quarterback now.
Either you tank or you make your move. Either you take the shot or tank. There's
Exactly.
no other choice.
And let me be honest, that's what I said. You can take your shot and still have a classic Panthers season, what we've been experiencing. Like at the same time, it's not going to be that bad, but the difference is at least you know you have something to build on for the future. Not sitting here.
The other thing, if we trade up, and this is what Nick was saying, man. If we trade up, then it's some pieces we're not gonna get. We giving some shit away now, man. You ain't gonna be able to get that wide receiver or that tight end or whatever that you wanted for this year.
If you have scouts, you might. If you have the right,
You're gonna get one guy, and then you're gonna be waiting until the 5th round to pick again.
But this is, I mean, I see that, Twan, but at the same time,
It's
you would
just
think
too unknown to take that risk.
I get that, but if you don't take that risk, you're probably just going to be in the same position. Of
No,
where
that's not
we've been
true
the
because Brock Purdy is Mr. Irrelevant and he almost got his team to the fucking Super Bowl.
But look who the coach is, though, bro.
Now, Twan, I'll roll with you on a lot of stuff, but now, come on now. Brock Purdy was in the ultimate situation. He had the maestro and the Kyle Shanahan.
I got you, but
that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying the whole time.
Right now, Drew.
But that's what. But I've been saying the whole time he had a good coach, bro.
You put Brock Purdy
in the situation, and Brock Purdy
and George Kittle. And Debo Samuel.
He had all these weapons, and even the coach is a weapon, bro.
But y'all are missing Twan's point. Twan's trying to say that not all quarterbacks that are good have to be drafted in the first round. That's what he's trying to say.
We agree with that.
We can look at this coming Super Bowl Sunday and know that. Because
some quarterbacks get picked too high, man.
Drafted YGM over a
we agree with that, but you keep
playing the Super Bowl.
No, I agree with
I'm telling my age when I say this though. But Pickle knows. Pickle, tell him quarterbacks weren't regularly getting picked in the first round until about halfway of 95, late 90s.
Right.
Before it was
45 years
mad
old.
defensive players, mad linebackers was going first. Wide receivers used to be the elite position to go first.
Right.
So I don't understand why all these quarterbacks are going so early.
And back
because the NFL
most
has
viable
been
position
a
of
quarterback-driven league.
And the quarterback,
you didn't have the rookie salary cap, and back then when you drafted a quarterback or any other position with the first pick in the draft, that agent was making them teams pay for that number one pick. You paid what the top dollar in that position paid.
I get what y'all are saying.
If the very top wide receiver in the league was making, this is just arbitrary figure on my part. If the very top level wide receiver was making $20 million a year, and he was the best wide receiver in the NFL, and the team went to the draft with the number one overall pick and picked the wide receiver, that wide receiver was making $20 million a year.
Listen, I get what y'all are.
That's why they went to the rookie cap.
I think even Cody can agree that we don't have to have a quarterback right now. We already got one.
I'm not as thirsty as everyone.
Twan,
listen,
I'm pushing it off year after year. I mean, come on now. At some point, you got to shit to get off the king.
So grab him and Hooker.
But like it's to the point.
If he didn't get hurt.
Those guys.
But is that the quarterback that they want? They're going to do their look. They're going
these quarterbacks are going to work out.
They're going to do their evaluations. They know what they're looking for in a quarterback, and they're going to make the decision whether they either going to move up or not.
You're right.
Listen,
they probably.
What Drew is saying, what Drew is trying to say is,
I understand what
Brock Purdy would look average on our team. You go and trade up for a guy like a CJ Stroud because
Drew, how many times did I say earlier? It doesn't matter what team you're on.
He can fill some
I put it to you like this: if they traded up, now I'm gonna just hypothetical. If they trade the 3 first-round picks and move up to number 1, and they take CJ Stroud, and he turns out to be a Pro Bowler, ain't nobody gonna give a damn about them damn picks in 3 years.
Exactly, because we will be contending. He will.
They're gonna be like, you're gonna be like the Rams, and you're gonna be like, fuck them picks.
Right.
Look at this.
Look at this.
You can go to the Pro Bowl without winning. We are.
Look at this.
But at the reverse cycle, if they trade a bunch of picks to move up to the 3rd pick and end up with RG with Anthony Richardson, y'all.
But put it like this, you're correct.
Yeah,
nobody trading up for Anthony Richardson.
And by the time he plays, he ain't gonna be. We're gonna be bitching about them picks for
a long time. But as I said, they're going to know by draft night if they need to move up to number 1 or whether they can move up to number 3.
Exactly.
And back on the discussion of jobs, let's understand something. Scott Fitterer knows this is his job.
And this is why Tom's going to go get a quarterback.
This is
exactly. He can't just go into another season doing the
without
same
a
old groundhog.
And at the same time, he's got to take. If we spend all this up to the 1st round pick, and
he's got to get it right.
The wrong quarterback.
He's fired.
Look at this.
How y'all gonna blame Scott Fitterer when Tepper gave Matt Rule all the time?
But let me say this.
Because Matt Rule is
wait. Let my man Nasser get in. Go ahead, man.
David Tepper don't give a damn what we think. Because if that was the case, he would have fell to the peer pressure of keeping Wilkes. He don't give a damn what we think.
Do you know how many times I've said that?
That's a good point.
David Tepper don't give a shit about what we want.
You know what though, folks? And I'm going to call this out. I did read it on Twitter a while ago, but it's very true. So far this year, kudos to David Tepper. He's make all the right moves.
Yeah.
He's
I
he's making all the good decisions.
Yep.
You know why?
So far,
Pickle, tell him why though.
Because his wife
Because he's standing out of the fucking way. Because he's getting out of the way.
His wife is in there.
He did. He learned, and he said that in the press conference. He learned, and I got to give the man some kudos too. He humbled himself and told the
I ain't
media,
giving him no kudos
Because when you
he said I made mistakes. And
when you fail, you don't want to fail again, especially not in the public's eye.
Exactly.
Can I just say this? I gotta hop out, but I do want to say this. David Tepper's tried getting Watson. He's tried getting Stafford. He's tried getting Cousins.
Yep.
At some point, Twan just said it, David Tepper doesn't give a fuck about what we want. If he wants that number one pick, he's gonna find a way to get it this time. There's no way of going around
what
it.
he was willing to give up for Watson though. That would have been.
I'm glad he didn't get Stafford.
Right.
Did y'all see him at the Pro Bowl?
Anthony, before you leave, my friend, give us your Super Bowl prediction.
Yep, true that. Yeah,
All
that's
right,
what we're about to do. Yeah.
Well. I'm going with Patrick Mahomes, baby. I'm in the minority again, and I got him. He is not going to lose this game. And if I'm wrong, I will come back next Friday and tell y'all. I was wrong.
Might not be. You might not be. You can't count out Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
I know.
You just can't do that. You can't hold them boys down.
Listen, I'll tell you this. The reason I like Patrick Mahomes in this game is because his offensive line's better. The defense has been playing great. And Nick Sirianni he's never been here before. So let's just see what happens, man. I don't think this is going to be, I know the public and everyone is on Philadelphia, and rightfully so. But this is the best opponent they're going to be playing all year, man. So you got to give Mahomes a chance.
It's going to be a hell of a game, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a game.
This is going to be one of the first times where you got the two best teams playing each other, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to hop out, but I'll see you next Friday.
Yeah, Anthony, you're the man, dude. I appreciate you once again, dude.
Right, yeah, for sure, boys. Man. All right, good seeing you.
Hey, Cody, you having a Super Bowl party at your house?
Peace and love, Anthony.
Also,
Super Bowl party is at Cody's house.
I mean, yeah, come through, bro. Shit.
Yeah, but regarding quarterback and those who are hesitant to trade up, it's not like we're talking like CJ Stroud is like this Will Levis, this like Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson type quarterback. This is like on the lines of like almost like Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow. Same for Bryce Young, like Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Cam Newton. Like you can tell that these guys are the number one and number two. Like there's no like debate where you're like, I don't know if he's gonna succeed or not. Like if that goes to the right place, he's going to be a superstar.
I agree.
A superstar. He will be like in like 2 or 3 years, he'll be like maybe an MVP. He'll be competing for Super Bowls. This ain't like Zach Wilson or Trey Lance, where you're like, I don't really know. We haven't really seen much of these people.
Yeah,
We've seen
this definitely like Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson turned trash in a heartbeat.
I also remember Twan saying that he wanted Zach Wilson one time, like a couple years
Zach
ago.
Wilson. Let's say it again now. Zach Wilson wasn't playing with a great team. I didn't know he was such a bitch either. So.
You know what?
You can't hold that against me. I didn't know he was all that diva shit.
So you went from Zach Wilson, Kenny Pickett, Will Levis. He just told us not to draft.
They're coming after you.
Mel Kiper. You know that Mel Kiper.
We can't play from the pocket. No.
Pickett gonna be all right. This is his rookie year.
Baby hands. They say that man got baby hands.
Now, Twan, if Twan keeps going,
baby hands. He's starting on Mike Tomlin's team next year.
If Twan keeps going, eventually he'll get one right.
Not this year.
Give him
time. Give him time.
But listen, it ain't like we got all these quarterbacks. I mean, we had Cam for almost 10 years. So this is some recent shit for us. You know,
and we had Cam, he left, but he came back.
Making these bum ass picks.
Hey man, let me go to let me go to White Bit Jordan. Jordan, are you staying at 9 or trading up? And then go ahead and give me your Super Bowl pick.
I'm gonna be specific. I'm trading 3 firsts and pick 40 for CJ Stroud at 1. And then I got the Chiefs winning.
That boy did his homework. And he dropped the mic. He dropped the mic.
He said, go get Stroud. And he said, the Chiefs are taking this shit.
But we will also have the Niners second round pick, the third. We had a rest of our draft. We'll just be picking at the bottom of the second round because we're going to be at the bottom. That first round pick they're going to be getting is going to be late as hell. Because we got CJ Stroud in our division, and then Pickle telling me about the staff. Man, you give CJ Stroud, we're dominating the division. There's nothing they can do. I got us winning the division with Sam Darnold. If we had Sam Darnold, I got us beating Derek Carr, the Saints. I got us crushing the Bucks because they got Kyle Trask. And I don't know what the Falcons is doing. I don't really care. I got us winning the division regardless.
All right. I like that, man. Dude, everybody seems to be pretty sold on Stroud. And I like him too, man. If y'all listen to interviews with CJ Stroud,
man,
dude, he seems like a chill dude, man.
He's a good dude, man.
Yeah, he's cool,
bro.
And everybody all of his coaches, all of his teammates, everybody loves him, man.
Yeah, he don't clout checks. Like he don't eat banana peels, like eat the whole banana. You
He doesn't have mayonnaise all up in his fucking coffee like a dumbass.
He put himself on World Star and then regressed.
That's a lot.
Y'all know what though? You know, if you know somebody drink mayonnaise in their coffee, you know you ain't never stealing that bitch. You know that?
Yeah, I mean,
you ain't never swiping that coffee.
No. That's not.
Hey, look, let me channel my energy, baby.
Oh Lord.
God.
For all the people in that chat talking about some Stroud and saying people don't know how to evaluate talent. You don't know what the fuck Stroud is gonna do because he ain't played yet.
It's indicative of something.
None of them have played yet. Did you know? I'm asking a legitimate question. Did y'all know Mr. Irrelevant was gonna be playing for San Francisco?
Didn't even look at him.
I feel like this draft.
And then when we saw him, Cody, how impressed were you by him, Cody, when you saw him play?
I mean, Purdy was a good player on a real good team, man.
Listen to this. He played on a real good team. Like, okay, so what did I say earlier? Just like Stroud, just like Bryce Young. But if you
forgot
put
what you said,
Purdy,
you know you old.
But if you put Purdy with another team, it's gonna be trash. It's not the same guy.
Especially on the Panthers, he would get red.
None of you guys have seen.
No, look, I hear you.
Yet, but y'all for sure what they gonna do.
But that's also true for literally every player in the draft.
That's my point.
All we've ever seen him do is play college ball.
No,
so
I think
when people coming at me after the Will Levis shit, when people come at me after the Will Levis shit, I haven't gone after anyone.
You can't get a 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio in college. How you gonna expect him to do more in the NFL than he did in college? He never ever at any point had a 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. He's never had it. And
because Will Levis is going to be going to a better team in the pros, man.
No, bro, no. He had three NFL talent on his players on his team. He had Darren Kennard. He had He had Luke Fortner, the center, and he had Wanda Robinson. That's more than Matt Corral had.
Who are those guys, man?
Wanda Robinson on the Giants.
Who are those?
Wanda?
Darian Kennard playing on Sunday.
But those are not.
He on the Chiefs team.
But you didn't name any skills position.
Now name somebody on Matt Corral his senior year. Not one, and he put up way better numbers. So I don't know. That's just objective facts, bro.
We've been on the show for a long time.
Yeah.
But I mean, no. Listen, I'm on Jordan's side.
That's what I just said. I said run it back.
Look, listen. Will Levis, to me, he has the physical makeup, but that's pretty much it. I'm not drafting somebody that is a equal or lesser talent than the quarterback I already got on my roster.
But can you give him the physical makeup part though? If he's injury prone, he had 4 different injuries this season.
So why is
that's
he going,
right.
so why is he going top 5
That's
then?
another point.
So
This
it's
man
Why is he
hurt
going
all
top
the
5
time.
then? Why is he going top 5 then?
We don't
Didn't
know
he say-
that he's going top.
No.
We don't know that he's
Why
going
is he going top
5?
10? If you want to lower the top 10, then why is he going top 10?
Because everybody
why I was
wants
going the
that
first round, too.
6'3",
Malik was supposed to go at 2.
235-pound quarterback.
Remember? Malik was supposed to go to 2 to Detroit last year.
But if he sucks, Cody, he sucks. Why would you pick him up if he
But
sucks?
Twan, let me ask you this: who's the
Well, you
better
don't know he
quarterback?
sucks, though.
Wait, but hold on. Let me ask you this:
That's
Twan,
it. We don't know if he sucks.
But Twan, who is the better quarterback? Will Levis or CJ Stroud?
Stroud.
Okay. Who is it better than Anthony Richardson?
Yes.
He's not.
Anthony Richardson is not ready. Anthony Richardson can.
Hold on.
You can only Richardson.
Hold on, Jordan. I got it. No, Jordan. I got it. No. I got it.
You ain't got me, Cody. You ain't got me. Trust me. Richardson can be better than Will Levis right now.
Hold on. What does Will Levis do better than Anthony Richardson?
Cody, it's even worse than that. You know, Anthony Richardson and Will Levis have 4 common opponents. Anthony Richardson did better in 3 just this last season. So I don't want to hear about Levis being better than Anthony Richardson. And if you include that,
why is he going higher then?
Way more athletic. Stop it.
Yeah, Levis is the bottom of the barrel.
Jordan. So why is he projected higher then?
Anthony Richardson is 29 spots higher than Will Levis in QBR. What are we talking about?
So why is he going higher?
Says who?
You keep dodging the question, bro.
Yeah, who said that? Who said that?
Also, one more thing.
Anthony Richardson is not top 10, bro.
Will Levis is projected to go higher than Anthony Richardson.
Projected,
because
right?
Projected because Will Levis has 1 more year of experience than Anthony Richardson does.
He's 2 years older.
Yeah, I mean that's I mean.
No, I hear you. But look,
in my personal opinion, I wouldn't take neither one of them. But that's just me.
We could sit here and argue about quarterbacks forever, and we're going to be doing it until April. So y'all better save your stamina. We're going to be doing this.
This is my last one.
I got one question. One question.
Hey, why Big Jordan? I respect the debate though.
Because it's hard to talk about being objective about.
I already told you I would take Hooker over both of them though.
I'm not mad at that.
I got one question. And I want it to be a quick and simple answer. No debate on this. Who would you?
Yeah, right.
All right. So I'm going to name these quarterbacks coming out of this draft, or not out of this draft, but previous draft.
What is your icon? The Kool-Aid man?
Nah, it's like a creeper. But oh yeah. But I just want to know. I'm gonna list quarterbacks from 2016, 17, and 2018. I just want a simple answer. We're disregarding what they have done in their careers, just based off of raw prospects and things that you want. Who would you rather have? Goff, Wentz, Mahomes, Watson, Trubisky, Allen, Rosen, Mayfield, or Darnold?
Are you going off the college?
Yeah, based off of college.
Watson.
Say it again. Say that list again.
Yeah, Watson.
Wentz, Goff, Mahomes, Watson, Trubisky, Darnold, and the 4 quarterbacks from 2018.
Mahomes.
I like Mahomes.
Wait. Time out. 18 was 2018 was Burrow.
No, 2018 was Mayfield, Allen, Darnold, and Rosen.
Oh.
Lamar too.
You left Lamar Jackson out though.
Yeah, and Lamar.
Lamar.
Who would you rather have? How about this?
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson's 1A and Mahomes is 1B.
I would have took. You talking for the Panthers, right?
Yeah.
I would have took Lamar Jackson because he would have been coming into the same offense that Cam played.
I like that.
Okay, I like that answer. That's fire.
Oh yeah.
We wouldn't have to ever switch our offense up because him and Cam play the same way.
Hey, who did not give a Super Bowl prediction? Nah,
all of us didn't.
All right, so yeah. All right. That's what we're about to do. We're about to give Super Bowl predictions.
Super
and
Bowl.
we're gonna get the fuck up out of here, bro.
So I'm gonna say that I want the Eagles to win because of Kayvon Wallace. He played for Clemson. He's on the Eagles, but he's also from Richmond, where I'm from. So I got to put on for the home team.
Hey, I like that. That's a great answer, bro.
Nice.
I like that. Hell yeah. All right, Drew, who you got, man? Super Bowl.
Philadelphia 31-17. MVP Hassan Reddick.
Ooh, I like
he
that.
He came with numbers.
I like that. No, that's not bad though. I mean, 17 for Kansas City kind of gives me pause. But yeah, Philly has a badass defense. I can't deny that. Pickle, you gave yours yet? Y'all know I'm losing my memory up here.
I don't think so. Well, if I do, I'll give it again. 28 or 31 to 21. Eagles.
All right.
Jalen Hurts is the MVP.
I really don't want to pick. I really don't want to pick either one of these motherfuckers.
Got to.
Because I got enemies with both teams. I'm gonna have to hit a mouth either way it goes.
Yep.
You hear them out anyway.
I got to go with the Eagles, man.
Yeah.
Mainly because of what Drew said. Because we let Reddick walk. I just want to see one more reason why we just do dumb shit. See what I'm saying?
Matt Rule shit. That's that Matt Rule shit, man.
That'd be Bradbury and
as far as the score, I think the Eagles are gonna blow Mahomes and them out. I seen Mahomes on the run one time before, and that Eagles defense, they going after him.
But he low key injured now. Mahomes low key injured. So
and he got that little, situation going with his ankle. He ain't 100%. He gonna try to.
They about to smack him around.
All right.
Yeah. When you smell blood, you going for the attack.
Trust me, I'm gonna hit you right there too.
Creeper, who's your Super Bowl pick?
I think that whoever wins this Super Bowl will not be leading at the half.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, you can't go to different answer than me.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be tied, or somebody who doesn't have the lead at the half is gonna.
Who's gonna be winning when the clock is over?
Go ahead and say the Eagles.
It's probably. I say the Eagles, but the scenario is going to be like it's going to be with like Mahomes, and it's going to be like 3 or 6 points.
Eagles,
and they're going to get down to like the 40-yard line. Then someone's going to blow Mahomes fucking up, bro. Someone's going to blow his ass up.
I'll tell you one thing I want to see though. I want to see the game come down to a field goal.
It has to.
I want this game to be as good as it possibly can, bro.
So
I think it's going to be an air raid.
My prediction. I'm predicting a high scoring game, y'all. I'm saying 40-37.
Whoo, boy!
Damn, Cody.
Ain't gonna be no defense in that game.
No, I'm saying,
shootout.
Bro. I mean, look, at this point, that's what I'm hoping for, man. I'm hoping that it's just a points.
Cody on the moon rocks.
30.
If it's a shootout, I got Mahomes.
30-27, and I think the Chiefs are gonna do it again, man.
Hey, look, Cody about to propose to the Super Bowl. Cody about to propose to the Super Bowl.
Cody, you really think that Philadelphia defense is gonna give up that many damn
If
points?
you really think that,
It's dude, it's not even just that. It's Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. They got the running backs. It's Andy Reid.
Defense, bro.
Andy Reid said that he's been able to run every play in practice.
The Eagles defense
can run every play in the playbook. He might be lying.
Of course.
Hey, Drew, that Eagles defense is going to take Kelce out of the game, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
they're going to make him choose somebody else
around that corner, and he make a beeline to Mahomes. I'm telling you.
Hey, look, the Eagles.
Strip.
Hey, look, the Eagles defense. The Eagles defense gonna block Purdy Patrick Mahomes one time.
Oh, they're
Take
gonna
him.
take him out the game.
Oh
Take him out
man,
the game.
you know what will be messed up? First play of the game, Mahomes stepped back in the pocket and they hit him with that Brock Purdy elbow thing, and
It's
he
over.
don't make a pass in the game.
That's a blowout.
That shit's
Oh,
over.
they ruined my prize picks, dude.
And next week,
What?
If it gets to that
And it
level, then
wouldn't
we're
be
gonna be
a
talking
beat. It
bounty
wouldn't be
Who's
games.
Kansas City's backup?
We're gonna be talking bounty games.
next
bro.
week,
Is
next
Chad Henne?
week, NFL right
Yeah, Henning.
NFL comes
It's
out
a
with
wrap.
Chad Henne Bowl, the Henny Bowl.
They gonna get
Cody
a.
would be crying. He'd be like,
Oh,
man, what the
dude.
f-?
Chad Henne
We
ain't
talking
even want to
bounty
go out
game,
there.
bro. It has
Bro,
bounty
I
game.
get sad even thinking about that shit.
The Eagles gonna get a rep in the passing call real quick, and Mahomes ain't gonna get
there
up.
might be a weather delay on that game, y'all. Roger Goodell gonna find a way to delay that game.
Oh no, Roger
Their
Goodell
ratings are
gonna be like, oh
dropping
hell no.
Hey, I
We
would
gonna have
put
this
a
game. We gonna
bum.
have this game in March.
Hey, look, Drew, you should put a bum in the game and let him go after Mahomes.
Yeah.
Hit him late.
Yeah. How about I
And then you
just
don't have to
know?
worry about him being out of the game.
Dude,
For the
how about I just saw what YB Jordan's tag under his name said? Explain the Vanderbilt game. Dude, that's fucking hilarious. Dude,
Hey,
that shit's
why Big
awesome.
Jordan? Why Big Jordan heard me when I said I don't understand how he lost to Vanderbilt.
Bro, we ain't even going into all that game. I'm just saying that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because we're gonna be up here for another 2 hours, bro. I'm hungry.
Nah, we about to get the I'm getting the fuck up out of
We all
here,
about
bro.
to be up here for another 2 hours.
I was on Friday Free for All one time. Cody started it, then Tony took over, and I kid you not, we was on here from 7 o'clock until after midnight. It was like 12:30. That's a fact.
Oh no, I'm not that dedicated. I'm not that dedicated.
Yeah, I'm not either, bro.
When I was,
Hey,
when
I'm
I
on
was
this
on,
channel and I'm not even that dedicated.
when I was on that other show, we started at 8 one time, and the show ended at 6 in the morning.
Because you have no life.
Yo,
Yeah,
started like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wait, just quick off
That
the
shit was
did you guys
intrusive.
hear about who's interviewing in Houston?
Kingsbury, right?
Yeah,
He's gonna be the
Kingsbury.
For offensive coordinator.
Yeah, man, good for him. He's already made so much money from the Cardinals, man. He's stealing money at this
So
point.
is Wright gonna run the OC by itself?
You mean he's gonna call plays?
Yeah,
They had
offensive
decided-
coordinator.
I hope so.
Hey,
I hope he
I'll throw
doesn't.
something out to you. I'll
What
throw
I'm
something out
afraid
to you.
of.
Just for. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish.
I'll throw an idea out just for the heck of it, just for conversation piece. Houston's got all the ammunition. Houston said they don't trade for Lamar Jackson. That'd mess his trash ball up.
The Ravens.
Lamar won't go to Houston.
Hey, look, don't count Atlanta out. I mean, shit, that's probably where he
Everybody
wants
talking
to.
about trade. Lamar Jackson ain't going nowhere. Baltimore ain't letting him out the door.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, at this
Dude,
point,
Baltimore gonna do him the same way the Washington football team did Kirk Cousins.
Baltimore is not gonna pay that man what he want, bro.
They gonna
Lamar Jackson decided
for the next 2 to 3 years. And then
Lamar Jackson decided he was ready to leave when he put out that tweet talking about his injury.
I understand that, but Drew is right. If
they're
they
gonna
tag
franchise him for the next 2-3 years.
tag him,
And then
there's
let him
no
walk.
way. The only way he gets out of it is to retire.
Yeah.
Nah, but the only thing that's dumb on their part though. So you want a disgruntled player on your team that don't want to be there, you're gonna keep him on your team and pay him.
But
all.
they're gonna try and get a bunch of draft picks.
But
out.
Drew, Baltimore fucked them over to begin with by not paying him.
These owners don't give a crap, and Bishotti don't want to give him a fully guaranteed contract.
See, that's what
They
I don't
gonna be like-
about sports.
That's
It's
what
like
the sticking
motherfuckers
point.
think
That's
they
what the
own
sticking
you,
point of
bro.
this whole thing is.
They kinda do.
The whole sticking point
Well,
is
if
not.
they're paying you
It's
that
not
kind of
the
money, they do.
years. It's that he wants a fully guaranteed contract because and rightfully so.
Oh, he ain't gonna get
feels
that.
like
He
he's
ain't gonna
done
get that
enough.
Deshaun Watson contract. He ain't
He's
They gonna
done
look at the-
more in this league than Deshaun Watson has, and he feels like he
He ain't gonna
deserves
get
a
that.
fully guaranteed contract.
So they both
They
in
gonna
two
look at-
bad places. He ain't gonna get that, and they ain't gonna give him
That's
what he
what
wants.
he wants, but that's probably not what he's gonna get.
Then
They gonna-
put it like this. Then either he gonna play on the franchise tag or he won't be playing.
Man, look,
Scotty is not going to let him run. Not going to let
Shout
him
out.
run. The system.
Yeah, they gonna
shout out
they
to
gonna look at Lamar talking about
Trucking
something.
Mogul. Shout out Trucking Mogul in the chat. it might be some Deshaun Watson shit all over again.
They will let him sit. They will franchise him, and if he don't want to play for them under the franchise tag, they will let him sit at home.
And to answer, you
gotta pay me. I don't give a fuck.
They ain't gotta pay him. Hey, Twan, they don't have to pay him because if he don't sign the franchise tag, he don't get paid. And if he signs the franchise tag, he has to show up.
That shit is childish, man. When are they gonna get tired of this shit?
It's not childish. It's a business.
The players use
business.
I know they should have paid him. They should have paid him, man. He wouldn't want Deshaun Watson money if they just paid him what he deserved before the season.
They gonna look at Lamar Jackson talking about some trying to scramble all of this.
Price gets higher every year.
Dude, it's never been about the price of the money. They gave him the same. They gave him more money than Deshaun Watson. He wants a fully guaranteed deal, and Bisciotti is not going to give it to him.
Well, that's where
because he's always injured. Because he's always injured.
They let him go.
They're not gonna let him go because then if you set that precedent, anybody else that feels like, oh, they're just strong, they're gonna do the same thing. And they're not gonna set that precedent.
But Drew, what I'm saying is, I know it's a business, but they trying to do shit where they're trying to have total control of this man, bro. If you don't want to pay him what he wants, let him go.
He had put it like this, Twan. He has a choice. He can sit at home. That's his choice.
But you're just not gonna get paid. You're just not gonna get paid, bro.
Well, I mean, well, then let me go.
No.
Okay, go home and be broke. Go home and be broke.
If I start to let you dictate those type of rules, then what's to stop the Twan?
Let me ask you this, Drew.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Twan. Wait a minute. If I start letting you dictate the rules to me now, then what's to stop? And I let you get away with it. What's to stop the next person that comes along from saying, "Well, hey, Lamar Jackson got away with it, and why can't
quarterbacks have always been dictating the rules?
They've
always done that.
You know
what?
But
Drew, listen, if it was you, Drew, how many times are they gonna keep sending you out there? Look, we see how people are getting hurt. You just saw man on the guard this year.
You know what? Then I got two options. I can sign the franchise tag, get fully guaranteed for that season and play, or I can sit at home and not get paid. Those are the two options.
After what happened with Buffalo this year. I told you, I'm a man of the players. I'm always for the players. After what happened in Buffalo this year, they should all have guaranteed contracts.
But look, Twan.
Now, let's get this out. If Lamar Jackson lines up,
you ain't gonna keep sending me out there and just get my damn life.
You just not gonna play.
And if he lines up for quarterback and he got a sucky offensive line, he don't have to take off and run it. Throw that ball down to the floor and ground it. Hand it off all day.
But the more he does that,
don't like it, the offensive coordinator can call better plays.
Pickle, the more he does that, then his stock is going to drop.
But look, Twan though.
But he don't get hurt that way, and they don't rule the roost.
Look, let me say this, and then
you can't have your ice cream.
This is a catch-22, man.
Yeah. Look, we're about to get out of here because I'm starving.
You ain't going nowhere, Cody.
No, we're getting out of here.
He had a point he needed to make, Cody.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna let him go, and then we all I'm gonna let everybody plug whatever YouTube channel they have. Go ahead, Nasib.
Listen, bro. If I'm the boss, if I'm the owner or whatever you want to call it, you can sit up here and want to get your contract. You can get franchise tag. You don't even got to play. I don't care. It's other players that can take your position, bro. And sad as it may sound, that's how the game go. Ain't nobody trying to sit up here and go through all that. He's starting to become more of a problem, even though I understand why he's doing it. You gotta start thinking about all right. I got to get this money. I can't get the money that I want, so I got to get what I can get right now and prove why I deserve that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not doing that. So
I think Drew had it the right way. They're gonna end up doing Lamar like they did Kirk Cousins, and they're
Kirk Cousins won that deal. Kirk Cousins is the champ of
and
the
that's
NFL.
what I'm saying. Lamar, he stands to make a lot of money either way.
I think Kirk Cousins is over the time is the highest paid quarterback over the last 5 years.
Yeah,
and he's still trash.
His last 3 contracts have been fully guaranteed. He got the franchise tag with 3 years in a row, and then he got a fully guaranteed.
But he doesn't cause any problems either. He's not doing what Lamar Jackson.
Franchise me. I don't give a fuck. But you're gonna franchise me at a high rate.
So
he gets franchises. It's the equivalent of top 5 paid players at his position.
And then he gonna win then.
Hey,
you can franchise me every year if you want to.
Hey, who in here has a YouTube channel that they're trying to plug? I know there's at least 2 or 3 of them here. Go ahead, Nasib.
Well, I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Rude Life NASA on YouTube. RUDELIFE space NASA. Go ahead, follow me. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to my channel. That's it. I ain't got a whole bunch to say. I'm hungry. I've been on this job for like 2 or 3 hours. I'm good.
I know you've been waiting to get off, bro. You're my dog. I appreciate you coming on again.
You already know. I told you I pull up every Friday, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, you've been perfect condition to the show, man. I appreciate having you, man. I'll see you again next Friday, man. And then, Twan, tell them where they can find you, bro.
Man, 704 Charlotte Bound Show, man. We're doing big things over there, man. Got a new show coming with the 704 Charlotte Bound Show called Twan Don versus Everyone. Got 3 shows already in the book. I'm doing one-on-one interview tomorrow. It's already pre-filmed because I had to edit all of them. Me versus Mad Catter. His real name is Elaine Brown. Get up and close. I mean, that interview even got emotional. So it's really good. I want you guys to check that interview out. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., me and Mad Catter, the super fan, but we really going to get to know Elaine Brown, the man behind the super fan. And it's a great show coming up. Volume 1 this year, I'm doing 10 shows. Never know who you're going to see on there, but it's going to be some great names, man. It's going to be good. It was really good. And continue to watch the 704 Charlotte Bound Show as we go live, when we go live. And, just continue to support, man. And I appreciate it, Cody, for having me on your platform to be able to send it out, man. Met some cool guys tonight. Panther Pickle still up in here, my man. And Drew, did you get your helmet?
Oh, dude, it's sitting right up there it's on the dresser up here. Okay. It's awesome.
Yeah, man. And hey, C3 is where it's at, man, on Friday nights.
Appreciate you, brother, man. Hey, Jordan, you still doing your YouTube channel?
Yes, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got sad.
Shout out to Wild Big Jordan. I mean, I didn't see the names at the bottom, man. Wild Big Jordan, man. I really appreciate the debate tonight, man. That's how
I
you
was
do
gonna
it.
come ready about the quarterback.
Whenever we start talking about Will Levis, I know Jordan's not too far because he's like, no, I am not trying to hear that Levis bullshit, bro.
Yeah, my Baker senses start tingling. But
right. Bro, me and Jordan,
you gonna be mad as hell on damn draft night.
Me and Jordan were on that train before everybody. We knew Baker.
Yeah, it was me and you back to back, bro. We was the only
Hell
two.
Yeah. Bro,
so Wild Big Jordan, if we take Will Levis, what you gonna do?
You ain't gonna see me in a while. Like I'll when Matt Corral started.
I'm gonna find your ass. Trust me.
Ain't gonna be no YouTube chat. You gonna see me in person.
That's funny. Well, hey man, this has been another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All. I'm your host, Cody Lashney. We'll be back on Tuesday night for another edition of the C3 Panthers Podcast. Until then, you already know what we're gonna do. Keep pounding.